It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you back to New York. Yankee Stadium in the Bronx for Game 3 of this 4-game set between the Orioles and the Yankees. All right, let's just be honest about this. Coming here for a 4-game set after the way they played in Houston, there's nobody on earth except the guys wearing the Orioles uniform who thought they would win the first 2 games of this series. Well, that is exactly what they have done, and what a ball game last night. 5 hours, 20 minutes, 3-3 going into the extra innings, 14th grand slam, and got it done. And along the way, did things ever happen? Let's go to the rule book for one of the first incidents in the ball game last night. A runner's deemed to have passed a preceding runner if the actions of the preceding runner show that. Now, you can skip all this language and let's go directly to the example that was given with the rule, because it's exactly what happened last night. There was a runner who passed another. It happened in the 6th inning with Caleb Joseph in a rundown of Stanton. And on at third base, the Orioles were able to get a rundown. Now what happens here is Sanchez is on at second. Watch this. He will take him back to the bag, Caleb Joseph will. He's not going to tag him. He goes by the runner. Now what he's done is he's passed the runner who was behind him. Caleb says, we got a double play. That guy's out because he went by the runner, and the guy is out because I tagged him who was on third base. Buck came out and argued it. They didn't get it, but they were right. Then how about this play? Should have decided the ball game. That's Didi Gregorius on a wild, what would have been a wild pitch, but Givens blocks the plate. Can a pitcher do that? Again, another argument. The answer is yes. The catcher's got some question about doing that, not a pitcher. Should have won the ball game on a home run, Caleb Joseph? That is robbing a home run. Judge in right field hauls that in. We continue to play. And then finally in the 14th inning, Jonathan Holder out of the bullpen, and Pedro Alvarez delivers a grand slam home run. The latest in a ball game ever hit here at Yankee Stadium, and the Orioles come away with an amazing 7-3 win. It was a wild game, and really one you don't want to lose because it hurts if you do.
You don't want to lose those type of games, and what it does, especially for the Orioles at the beginning of the season, it brings this team together. They've been kind of floundering a little bit, trying to bring this team together. The offense started to pick things up in Houston. Pitching's been iffy here and there, starters and bullpen. You look for games like this to bring this team together, unite, and kind of form that chemistry, and it happened throughout the ball game. Everything went the right way, it seemed, for the Orioles to come together and win that ball game, and I think that's really ultimately what it's all about. And when I went in the clubhouse this morning, there was a nice, calm feel in there. We did this together. We made some big-time plays. We were smarter than the opposing team. We kept fighting, and Buck had a strong enough bench with a veteran on the bench, Pedro Alvarez, to come up with the big knock.
Yeah, the Orioles last night and the Yankees used everybody that was available except out of the bullpen. The Orioles come into this game much better off in the bullpen than the Yankees are. We'll go through the Yankee call-ups today. They had to bring up 2 pitchers, but they really used they used everybody they had available. The Orioles did not.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, I think this is designed by Buck. Obviously, coming out of spring training, how are we going to stack this team up? Who am I going to call on when I look down at the bench? You brought it up in yesterday's ball game. Gentry's a big piece. Buck loves that, the speed off the bench. He went in to run for Davis. But he also had bopper bats in there, Rasmus on the bench and Alvarez for those key moments. And I think these key moments with the veteran guys are probably the most important thing to helping this team win. Pedro Alvarez, check his heart rate, his pulse when he went up for that AB. Are you kidding me? Bases loaded, game on the line, and his heart was going about 10 beats a minute. I mean, he was as calm and relaxed, and that's the bonus of a veteran player. And Buck loves that stuff. Pedro came up with some big hits for the O's last season. He's doing it again this year.
Now, the question mark today for the Orioles, the big question mark is Chris Tillman. Did not have a good first outing, having trouble throwing strikes, keeping control of the ball, and giving up some hard hit outs and hits. He's the one that needs to come around today.
Yeah, he really does. But I'll tell you what, his teammates will have his back. And I think wins like last night, that's what it does. You pick up your fellow teammates. Chris Tillman, if he's been watching, and I know he has, Cashner and Gausman were very aggressive pitching inside to this Yankees team. Tillman, if he's got the fastball command, has got to bust some guys back and then utilize that changeup. Fastball changeup is a great combination for Tillman. If he gets the breaking ball over, man, more secondary pitches, the better, because he's going to need that to keep the Yankee team off balance.
All right, it is another cold, overcast day here in New York, so the players will play in less than ideal conditions. Orioles-Yankees Game 3 coming up. Facet is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Ocean City. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. Now let's take a look at our weather conditions here at Yankee Stadium. Just 40 degrees and a pretty brisk breeze that is blowing in right now from center field. Game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. Buck Showalter took a while this morning to decide what he was going to do with this lineup, but not many changes. Mancini, Machado, and Scope. Jones, Davis, and Beckham. Alvarez stays in as the DH. Santander, Cisco will be behind the plate for Beckham. Career against Gray. Real good.
Yeah, real good. Sonny Gray, let's take a look at his pitch arsenal here this season. The curveball is using 35%, four-seamer 25, two-seamer 22. Now his fastball 90 to 95, 96 miles an hour. You see he loves that curveball. The slider as well. He likes to, his slider's his put-away pitch, but the ability to mix in those breaking balls is really is what set Sonny Gray apart. He's aggressive. You see his first start, 2.25, but only lasting the 4 innings. There are a few Orioles, and you mentioned Beckham, that have had success off Sonny Gray. So the Orioles feeling pretty good right now. A couple big wins, and the fact that they've gotten to Sonny Gray before, I think bodes very well for this O's offense.
So the 28-year-old right-hander ready to go. Trey Mancini will stand in. Mancini 3 for 10 with a couple of RBIs in the first 2 games of this series. We will get to the DL situation as soon as we can. Both teams have had to make roster changes. The Yankees in particular had to, because they have some real serious problems going as far as the DL is concerned. Gray's 0-1 pitch. Mancini, a ground ball towards second base. That will be played by Torreyes. So here's what happened prior to the game today. Long meetings took place both clubhouses. The Orioles recalled Jimmy Yacobonis from Norfolk, the right-handed pitcher, and they placed Colby Rasmus on the 10-day DL left hip flexor. The Yankees have Sabathia and Brandon Drury on the 10-day disabled list. They recall Luis Cessa, right-handed pitcher, and Domingo Germán from AAA to help them pitching-wise, and they signed Jace Peterson. He signed infielder, outfielder to a major league deal, and they called him up today. He had been in the minors, and Peterson, in fact, is in the lineup. A check swing that may stay fair. Gray will make the flip over to first base, and on a check swing, Manny Machado's retired, and there are 2 quick outs.
All right, Sonny Gray working that two-seam fastball right now, rushing it in on the hands. Take a look at the Yankee defense behind Gray this afternoon. Peterson, yeah, getting that start in left field. Gardner and Judge will join him. Gregorius once again playing shortstop. Torreyes sliding over to second base. Andujar still looking for his first hit in the major leagues over at third. Austin at first, and Romine doing the catching this afternoon.
So Peterson gets a chance with the Yankees right away, called up and immediately inserted into the lineup in left field. Pitch will be taken for a strike by Jonathan Scope. Jonathan trying to get it going, just a 1 for 10, did lay down an important bunt though in the 14th inning of that ball game. He had a sacrifice and he reached on an error, trying to move runners up. He did that, and then was able to reach himself to load the bases for what would be the grand slam. Sabathia is on the DL with a right hip strain. Brandon Drury, their third baseman, on the DL with severe migraines. He had migraines, a headache. He was having trouble keeping his balance last night playing in the ball game, so he came out midway through. In the air to left center field. Wind's going to blow these fly balls in a little bit to start. Gardner's there in a very quick inning for Gray, setting him down 1-2-3. Chris Tillman to the mound when we come back. Now 4-4, and here's the lineup for the Yankees, much revised with all of their injuries. Gardner, Judge, and Stanton still in. Gregorius, their hottest hitter. Austin and Duhar, and there's Peterson. Romine and Torreyes. D.D. Gregorius against Tillman has enormous numbers.
And let's take a look at Chris Tillman's pitch arsenal. Four-seam fastball, 43%. Got the change, the two-seamer, knuckle curve slider, and yeah, he needs just about all those pitches. It would be nice if he could locate the fastball today. Seems like that's the problem a lot of times with Orioles starters, inability to locate that heater and then play the secondary pitches off it. Tillman's got a great changeup, four-seam changeup now. If he can locate his fastball and play the changeup off that heater, it's going to be a good day for Tillman.
Gardner right back in the leadoff spot, and Beckham right back in at third base. Gardner goes after the first pitch, which he never does. Puts it into the corner. He's on his way to second. Santander will get it in, and Gardner first pitch double.
Wow. Well, Gardner last night really didn't want to swing the bat. A lot of times taking first pitch strikes. Boy, jumping out early after the long night. First pitch fastball, and he gets on it, whacking it down that right field line. And Davis can't even move. Just standing there.
He bushwhacked him on that one.
He sure did.
They weren't expecting that. Aaron Judge comes in with a 5-game hit streak, a couple of home runs, 5 RBIs. He's gone 2 for 8 with a homer and 2 RBIs so far in this series. He's 2 for 5 with a homer off Tillman. So Tillman a runner in scoring position right away. Ball lifted in the air to right field. Into the corner. Santander circles it. Runner will tag. He'll make the catch. And Gardner will move over to third base with 1 out.
Boy, not an easy play out there for Santander in right field. Let's take a look at the Oriole defense this afternoon. I mentioned Santander. Jones and Mancini will join him. Machado and Scope turning 2. Hopefully turning 2 up the middle. Beckham over at third base. Davis at first. And Cisco doing the catching this afternoon. I say that because they had a couple opportunities in yesterday's ball game and did not get the double play. They need to start picking up those extra outs.
Tillman wants a new baseball with Stanton standing in. You see the flags blowing around here. It is blowing in, and if anything, a little bit towards right field. Carry that ball over towards right. It is cold. Probably back to where we were in the night game the other night, about 35. Swing and a miss with the runner on at third base. Stanton, the DH. He's had 1 RBI in this series. A couple of hits in 10 at-bats for the power hitter, who right now is going through a bit of a struggle at the plate. 3 hits in his last 23 at-bats. Gardner off third base. That's in there. For Tillman, first start of the season came against Houston. The 4-run, 7 hits in 4 innings. Against the Yankees, he's had 22 starts, 23 appearances. Tillman is 8-8, ERA 5.5 lifetime against the Yankees. 0-2 delivery on the way. Stanton started, stays away, tag put on, didn't go around.
Good try. Nice hard slider there. Great location. And I see him filling up the strike zone. Yankees coming out hot though. First pitch swinging. So be prepared for that. And good thing, because Chris Tillman flipping in a breaking ball there to Stanton.
Tillman here at Yankee Stadium, 4 wins, 5 losses. His ERA in this ballpark is 7.63. 1 ball, 2 strikeout. That will be in the dirt. Cisco able to block it, and we'll take the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, that's a great block there. We've seen Cisco and Caleb make some good blocks here defensively, very sound. But when you get a runner at third base, especially early in the ball game, it's nice to have that trust factor. Bury the breaking ball. Perfect pitch by Tillman, and the trust in Cisco that he's going to block it the right way.
Gardner, pretty good lead off third. Beckham's way back, and the pitch will come inside. Orioles have tried to back him off the plate and then go towards the outside on Stanton in this series. Try and get him to chase slider or breaking ball away.
Yeah, I like the way the Oriole pitchers have been more aggressive in. Even yesterday, Gosman was rushing that fastball in there pretty good. Caught a piece of Judge early in the ball game.
Full count here, 3-2 delivery. Stanton will take it. He is on with a walk. So 2 on, first and third, 1 out.
I don't mind that. Pretty good pitching. Take a look at his opponent average off his pitches last year compared to this year. Last year, the changeup, good numbers there, and that carries over to this season, 143. The curveball got rocked a little bit, obviously, last season. If his curveball's on, it's one of the best breaking balls in the business, but if it's not, it's going to hang up there and get whacked. It did a few times. Fastball, it's all about the command. And the slider, man, if that's on and his location is right, and work that outside corner. We've seen him with that cutter slider hybrid really have success with the pitch. It was a little bit inconsistent last season. For him to tighten that up, especially drive it into these lefties.
Didi Gregorius, the hottest hitter on the Yankees and the hottest hitter against Tillman. Runners on at first and third with only one out. Carries a .550 batting average against Chris Tillman. He's 11 for 20 with one home run in his career against the Orioles starter. So it's not too hard to go through this lineup as a pitcher and pick out the guy you don't want to beat you. You got a lot of them, but
yeah. Well, Gregorius, you know, we've talked about him, just so underrated and a big piece of this offense.
That one to right field. Santander going over into the corner. It will be a foul ball. Santander playing well over. Actually would have been over there had the ball been fair to have a chance at it, as they've got him moved towards that right field line, playing Gregorius to pull the ball.
Yeah, right field not too easy to play here at Yankee Stadium. Short porch, and he's handled it pretty well. We talked about the wind, so another element that's going to be involved out there. And he had that tester from Judge, that high fly ball that he was able to stick with. Of course, coming out of spring training, you're kind of used to the elements, the wind especially.
Gregorius 1-1, first and third. Gardner and Stanton. Tillman's delivery to him. That'll be ripped the other way, and that hits the facade foul. A line drive that he stung in the other direction that time. Yeah. Gregorius has got an 18-game hit streak against the Orioles, going back to 2016. Longest hit streak against the O's since Robinson Cano hit in 19 straight between 2010 and 2011. He's got a 1-ball 2-strike count on him right here. Chance for a double play, of course, and a ground ball to get out of the inning. And he goes up and he goes after it. And Tillman gets a big strikeout.
Man. Well, I really like the way Tillman's throwing right now, burying the breaking balls, but how about elevating the heater? Tillman's on, man. He can ride the top of the zone. He creates such a good angle that the ball stays true at the top. Really hard for hitters to stay on top of that pitch. I think Gregorius thinking about maybe an off-speed pitch there. That heater 91 got by him.
The Yankees have gone 3 for 20 with runners in scoring position in the first two games, including a 2 for 11 in the 14-inning ball game last night. And another one of these situations with two down for Austin. Tyler Austin grounds it towards third. Beckham's got it. He's going to go to first. And that's going to be the inning. Nice job by Tillman as he works his way out of it. The Yankees leaving runners on at first and third. run hit today. Play Home Run Richer scratch-offs went up to 50,000. Or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. MDLottery.com/home run. Scott, good luck. The Orioles 4 home runs in the ball game last night. Cold on the outside and warm on the inside because the Orioles have won the first 2 of this series, and they now have won the last 3 games they have played here in New York going back to last year.
Nice little win streak, right?
Take that. Yeah.
I mean,
after all the problems here last year.
It was tough. It was tough on the team coming into the Bronx for sure.
Here's Adam Jones. He's had a good series. 3 for 11, a home run, 2 RBIs. Sonny Gray delivers to him, and it's chopped to short. Gregorius. Chris Davis finding that home run ball as one of the 4 hit last night.
Yeah, big ball, big solo shot off CC Sabathia. 31st though in his career against the New York Yankees, highest total for the Crusher. How about that launch angle? 32 degrees. Majestic home run for Chris Davis. Nice to see him filling up a category there. First home run of the year.
Chris has gone 4 for 14 against the Yankees starter. Shift on. Sonny Gray delivers. Fastball at 93 in there for a strike. Tim Beckham waiting on deck. 0-1 delivery, bunted. Great idea. Going to take a good throw, guns it, and will get him, and down goes Gray after he makes the throw. So Davis trying to bunt his way on. Good work off the mound by Gray.
Yeah, nice idea obviously by Chris Davis, really putting his time in trying to master this play, but a very athletic pitcher, Sonny Gray, and he understands where the defense is aligned, so he's responsible for a lot of territory out there, and he bounced off the mound and made a quality defensive play, helping himself.
Chris couldn't push that quite far enough down the third baseline. Here is Tim Beckham, a 1 for 10 in the series for the Orioles third baseman. 2 down, nobody on. He'll first ball hit. Gray put up some very solid numbers last year. He was 10th in the American League in ERA, 3.55. He was 6th in opponent batting average, just 226 against him last year. Lefties hit 221, right-handers 231. So he was very effective, even though his record ended up being 10 and 12. Hello. And he can field apparently. So the Orioles are retired, 6 in a row, set down by Gray. No score, bottom of the second coming.
Yeah, we've been kind of talking about the nightmare that was that 2017 season here at Yankee Stadium. And the numbers really support this nightmare. 11.23 earned run average for the starters last year in the bullpen, pushing 9. And the difference, obviously, pitching. We talk about it every day, the importance of quality pitching. They've gotten some great starts from Kastner and Gosman, looking for another from Tillman, and the bullpen has settled in after a rough start to the season. They've put in some quality innings, especially yesterday in that extra inning affair. I mean, it's nice to build everybody's confidence, especially here at the stadium where it was so hard last year.
Tillman's delivery will be taken down low for a ball. You saw that gentleman dressed in orange. Hard not to see him when he was walking around. All orange. Nice chapeau, though. I like that.
Well, it might be prom night or something. You never know. I mean, it looked like a tuxedo, maybe. Okay, maybe not.
Just leave that right there. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Andujar. Getting the start at third base, has not had a hit. Going 0 for 8 so far in this series. A very much revised bottom part of the order for Aaron Boone and the Yankees in light of the injuries they have. 1-1 delivery. You got Andujar, Peterson making his first start, called up today. Romine doing the catching, and Torreyes. These are not regulars in the lineup for the Yankees.
Yeah, you know, I think coming into every year, you know, you look at your big league guys, your 40-man roster, and there's an understanding, and I know the Orioles have really focused on this, you know, since Buck's tenure here. Just depth in the organization, knowing that there are going to be injuries, knowing that the bullpen's going to get used up. You better have some guys ready in the minor leagues because they're going to be tested. And fortunately, the Orioles have been pretty good. The guys they call up have had some pretty good success, you know, at the major league level. Well, the Yankees are getting tested here early on with some of those big injuries, and they started the season with younger players out there.
They did. Yep. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Tillman trying to get Andujar out of there, leading off the inning. Andujar will go to the middle and get a base hit. So Andujar on leadoff single here in the second hit for the Yankees. This season, kids cheer free at Oriole Park. Every adult who purchases a regularly priced individual game ticket in the upper deck is invited to bring up to 2 children ages 9 and under. And it's compliments of the Orioles. For details and tickets, go to Orioles.com/kids free. Orioles will be coming home staying in the division. 3 games against Toronto, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All of those games will be evening games at 7. So we hope we'll get out and see the Orioles. Not getting a lot of chances at home early on here in April. Pitch will be taken down low. Here is Peterson, called up today. Jace Peterson. He was signed to a major league contract, added to the 25-man, and called up from AAA this morning. Free agent signing by the Yankees in January of this year. Was with the Braves organization last season. And the pitch is going to be taken away. Not had a lot of major league experience. In the last year, he hit .215, couple of home runs, 4 stints with the Braves, 89 games. He's one of those super utility players, plays all over the place, left, second, third, first, short, and right. Last year. Pops that one up, and that'll end up with Beckham coming over and just out of his reach.
Now, you want to get opportunities to play at the major league level, learn other positions. I mean, the value is through the roof for guys that can play multiple positions, especially infield, outfield. How about catcher, shortstop? There's such a high value there, and you're going to get opportunities, and then injuries happen. And that's when you get opportunities to play more regularly, and who knows, you might become an everyday player. I mean, it's happened to so many players at the major league level.
2 ball, 1 strike count with a runner on at first base, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. Peterson, one of those who just keeps hanging on because of what Mike was talking about. As Peterson has had 383 games at the major league level, a .234 average, 15 home runs. And he's played almost 500 games in the minors. Good stop made. Cisco holds the runner at first base, and Tillman takes the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, moving well right now with Tillman spiking that breaking ball. Another nice play by Cisco.
Infield a double play depth against Peterson. Pretty good lead over there for Andujar. He's running. Ground ball to second, going to have to go to first. With the runner going, had no chance to get Andujar. So you take the out at first base. Andujar goes to second base.
Yeah, good play by the Yankees putting that runner in motion. Take a look right here. Off and running. Quick look in, so he knows the ball is on the ground. Jonathan Schoop so good at the awareness of the speed of runners. Immediately turns and looks at second base. Schoop and Machado work well together, and even when runners steal, there may be a window of opportunity to get that lead runner. I've seen him do it before in the past. Not enough time on that one, and Schoop wisely taking that out at first base.
So another runner in scoring position for the Yankees here in the second inning of this scoreless game. Romine's doing the catching. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Romine had to come into the ball game late last night. Gary Sanchez had gone the distance in the ball game and cramped up and had to come out of the game. Fortunately, that appears to be the extent of it, and Sanchez is okay. 0-1. Romine with the limited at bats. Sanchez getting most of it behind the plate, and the pitch will be taken down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tillman doing a good job here in the early going, mixing up his pitches. I love the fact that he's burying his breaking balls. He's keeping them down around the knees. You know, he's not getting the consistent strikes. He's starting to tempt these Yankee hitters, and when he elevates it a little bit more and it has that same type of finish, he's going to get some swing throughs and probably some big strikeouts as this game goes on.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Schoop holding the runner. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. For Romine, last year, again, limited opportunities. He hit .218. He did have a couple of home runs, 21 RBIs, played in 80 games with the Yankees last year as the backup catcher. 1 down and a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Romine. Torreyes, number 9 hitter, on deck. Tillman waits for Schoop to clear and will miss outside with it. 2-2.
Good try there. Sneak that fastball by. Yeah, Tillman pitching a little bit backwards right now, which is fine if you can command that breaking ball, steal some early strikes. We've seen him rush that fastball up to the top of the zone with Gregorius. Same thing right there. Slow him down with a couple pitches with the breaking ball, and then just sneak that cheese by him.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. So the count will hold at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I know a lot of folks missed the end of the ball game last night. As we go along, we'll show you some of the highlights of the individual hitters for the Orioles in the 14-inning affair. It was a heck of a ball game with about as many things going on in it as you can imagine. Araujo, his first major league win. Holder took the loss. Araujo came in and worked a couple of very solid innings. Brad Brock finished it up. Runner's going to go, and he's got him trapped. Tillman will go right at him. Gets it over to Beckham. Running back. Machado will put the tag on, and the runner stays at first base. Oh. So they get Andujar.
Save that one for the video. Perfect rundown there by the Orioles, and starts off with Chris Tillman just slowing the game down. Beautiful play right there. Buck alluded to the rundown last night. Hey, need a little work on that one, but take a look at Tillman. Just kind of walks the ball over there. He makes Andujar make the first move, commit one way, gives it up, and then the timing perfect on the back end with Machado just running through. Easy tag out for the second out. Nice little play right there.
He gets the lead runner and replace it with a runner at first base in Romine. Here is Torreyes. He's had an 0 for 4. He came into the ball game late. Pitch will be taken. We were wondering last night why third baseman Drury came out of the ball game 6th inning, and Aaron Boone, the manager, talked about it afterwards. They were concerned throughout the game Drury's condition with those migraine headaches, and it got to the point where he was having trouble keeping his balance. So once that happened, he came out.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's scary. 2-0 count with 2 down. Do not want to turn this over to Gardner at the top of the order, so Tillman will want to get Torreyes right here. Down to third, just missed. Oh, fair ball. And is going to bounce off the wall, headed over to third base. Romine going into second with a double. Torreyes, he stung that one right down the line. Third base umpire Ed Hickox had to get out of the way while watching the ball go by.
Yeah, that ball was smoked. Not too happy where Mancini threw that ball, though. Coming back in, he got a nice kick. Take a look at the quick hands by Torreyes, whipping it down the line. That's a buggy whip swing for sure. But Mancini getting a nice kick out there. Torres on the back end froze at first base. If he comes up throwing to second, you keep him off second. Now he's got 2 guys in scoring position, picking up his first double of the year.
So Gardner will get his opportunity at the plate. Gardner hit a double his first time up. He went after the first pitch that he saw from Chris Tillman. Yankees are already 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. 2 down. Gardner will take that one. Cisco moving in to block it. Good hold. Be agile.
Ooh, coming in hot. That's a nice footwork right there.
Very strong.
Be ready. A big game last night. A lot of stuff going on, and to be that prepared, nice instincts.
And the Hickox who had that job behind the plate for the entire game last night. 1-0 count. Runners off second and third. Gardner goes towards first. Off Davis's glove, base hit. 2 are going to score. Santana's got an out at second base. The runner's already crossed. So the 2 runs are in, but they got another run down here. Already too many throws on this one, and the tag will be put on. So Gardner will be credited with a base hit and 2 RBIs, and then gets caught in the rundown and is the final out. So he's 2 for 2 in the ball game, and the Yankees jump on top. Just missed Chris Davis trying to knock it down. Yankees up. Whole true moment later in our ball game today. So Gardner comes through and then is thrown out in the rundown. 9-6-3-4 on the putout. Gardner 2 for 2 and a couple of RBIs. So Gray gets 2 runs to work with.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gardner ran into that out. I don't know where the heck he was going. He already had 2 runs across the plate, and then he goes out there and basically runs into the 3rd out.
3 RBIs on the year for him. Well, there's a hero from last night, all smiles.
Oh, you gotta love this swing. How poised and relaxed. I've never seen a hitter that quiet. Game on the line, and he's just up there taking a stroll in the park. That was a big ball from Pedro. Good to see him do it.
His first home run here at Yankee Stadium. Grew up only about 10 minutes away here in the Bronx. So as Buck Showalter said after the game last night, what a treat for him to do that here in this ballpark in that kind of a setting.
Yeah,
giving the Orioles the win.
Well, he was prepared. I mean, he came in the 10th inning, a single, drew a walk, and then hit the grand slam. So we had a full game in there coming in the extra innings. But he was prepared for the situation, and that's what Buck loves about the veteran players. That presence they bring, the trust late in the ball game, not to be carried away in those type of situations.
His first Grand Slam since June 30 of 2012 when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he is going to get a leadoff walk from Gray here in the third inning. Plan your summer at Oriole Park with a Birdland Ticket membership. Birdland Ticket members always pay the lowest available price. Savings up to 15% when compared to single game tickets. Plus, members receive exclusive orange carpet benefits. Orioles.com to find the membership plan right for you. Gray historically good at getting leadoff batters out. He retired 72% of leadoff batters last year, so he doesn't hurt his own cause usually. But he's given up the leadoff walk here. Anthony Santander. Santander, a couple of hits. He's gone 2 for 8 with a couple of RBIs in the series. Cisco waiting on deck. Infield double play depth with Andujar even with the bag at third. Big lead at first. The off speed delivery will catch the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many breaking balls from Sonny Gray here in the early going. A lot of two-seam fastballs. Got some nice life on that heater today. Now starting to flip in the breaking ball. Second time through, you see it a little bit more, and he's got a plus curve.
1-1 delivery on the way. Check swing. Did he go? Oop.
Oh, here's that sharp one. Take a look at Santander's. Ooh, that is a close one. A little bit of whip on the end. Might have got that bat head out in front.
2 ball 1 strike count. Alvarez on at first base. Gray with the long set. Santander is going to take it to left field, and a sliding catch made by Peterson.
Nice defensive play out there by Peterson. How about take a look at some pretty impressive numbers here. Lowest batting average allowed last season, and some of the best pitchers in the game on this list. And there's Sonny Gray. Of course, Luis Severino came into his own last season, was dominant. With Kluber, Sale, Verlander, Santana, Sonny Gray with that 226 batting average, lowest allowed last year. That's impressive stuff, and that just tells you in that list, these are the guys that know how to pitch. They command their fastball. They have quality secondary pitches, and really keeping the best hitters in the world at bay.
So the runner remains at first with 1 down. Chance Cisco. 2 catchers last night, Caleb Joseph and Sanchez, certainly earning time off today. Pitch is going to be inside on the corner for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Only 13 at bats so far for Chance Cisco. He has picked up 3 hits, picked up an RBI along the way as well. Alvarez with a very short lead at first. Gray's delivery to him, but he's down low. Runner stays. Romine able to box it, so it didn't go very far away. And a 1 ball 2 strike count.
Yeah, pretty good block right there. And base runners for the Orioles really have to be aware of, Sonny Gray's out pitch is that power slider down in the dirt. Obviously, Romine, veteran catcher, knows how to contain that ball, but as a base runner, you can anticipate a little bit these balls in the dirt, especially when hitters fall behind.
1-2 delivery on the way, and he'll swing through that for a strikeout. Gray gets his first K of the game.
And that curveball kind of showing itself as a hanging breaking ball. It's where it finishes. Tight finish on the end, takes it right to the inside corner and just under the hands of Cisco.
So now there are 2 down after the leadoff walk. Top of the order, Trey Mancini. Mancini goes the other way, and he's got himself a base hit. Judge is up with it, stopping at second base, Alvarez. So Mancini on with his 4th hit in the 3 games. And the Orioles get runners on at first and second base with 2 down. Manny Machado found the home run ball not once but twice last night.
Boy, what a night for Manny Machado. 2 home runs. Good numbers against CC Sabathia. Great in his career. Kind of helped him relax when he got into the plate last night. One up in the second deck. Second one, 421 feet. His 15th career multi-home run game. Yeah, Manny's starting to settle in the box.
Runners on first and second. 2-0 lead Yankees. Manny will take the pitch down low. Machado, you take a look at the home runs last night, 4 of them.
Ooh, big velocity, big distance. The first 3 of them over 400 feet, but those launch angles, I think the average right around 25-26%. You see Manny at 23 on one of them, so that was a bullet home run, line drive. And then when you get up around 30, those are the pretty ones, the ones that are so majestic. And boy, Manny got one. Davis, of course, got one, and Alvarez, that were just beautiful home runs to see fly out of Yankee Stadium.
Not only the home runs, he had 4 hits. He had 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 homers. And the last player to do that in New York, Mickey Mantle, in 1961. That one's in the air to left field. It's going to the corner. It's back, and falls fair. It's going to score 2 runs. Ball gets away from Peterson. Manny goes into second base. He's got a double. And with 2 down, he comes through, driving in 2 and ties this ball game up. That is hit number 5. 5 for 10 now in this series.
Now Manny's swinging it. That one just off the end of the bat, or that would have been up in the second deck. Pretty good pitch, but he stays on it. Uses the legs, and of course the great extension that Manny gets. He's so long, he can reach out there and cover a little bit more ground than most. Not a bad pitch, but look at the length, going out and getting it. Beautiful swing right there, and just hugging that left field line. Peterson with the sliding effort, but Manny picking up a couple stakes on that double.
4 runs batted in now for Machado. They've all come here in this series. Pitch down low. Manny had gone a record 56 plate appearances without picking up an RBI prior to his first home run in the ball game last night. He's making up for lost time in every category here against the Yankees.
Yeah, sure is. Great swings. You love it when he's on balance. When he's on balance and not trying to do too much, just let his natural athletic ability take over. One of the best right-handed hitters I've ever seen. When he tries to do too much, it's just noticeable. Yeah, I mean, you can see the bat head drop. He gets a little long with his stride, too much head movement. But right now, he is locked in.
Jonathan Scope, 3 for 9, lifetime off Gray. Gray comes in with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner on at second base, Manny Machado with the 2 RBIs. This ball game tied up. Orioles 2 runs, 2 hits. The Yankees 2 runs on 4 hits. Not holding Manny tight at second. He gets a big lead. And the pitch taken inside, turned it over a little bit. And Gray, 2 ball, 1 strike count. Well, the Orioles get to Gray here in the 3rd inning in the comeback mode.
Yeah, making them work. You know, started off with Alvarez, that leadoff walk, and forcing Sonny Gray to throw a few more pitches. 20 pitches already in this inning.
2-1 delivery on the way, off the end of the bat. The cue shot will stay foul. Oh, the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jonathan. He showed you the frustration he had in the ball game last night prior to the game in batting practice, and kind of continued through the game, and that's what led to that bunt in the 14th inning to help set up the grand slam. Buck Showalter saying after the game, I'd like to take credit for giving him the sign, but I didn't. He did that on his own, as he just felt he wasn't making good contact, and it paid off for the Orioles.
Yeah.
2-2. Ground ball down to 3rd, and that will stay foul. That'll send Manny back to second base, and the 2-2 count on Jonathan Scope.
I just think that, you know, anytime a hitter can do something situationally in baseball, laying a bunt down in that situation by Jonathan Scope, I think was huge. It put some pressure on the Yankee defense. We saw Torres, who's a quality defender, throw one in the dirt there, and that's what ultimately led to the home run. But putting pressure on opposing teams' defense is really a key to having a successful offense, whether it be running the bases hard, laying bunts down.
Popped up third base, and played by Andujar for the out. But the Orioles pick up a couple of runs. They will do it on 2 hits and a leadoff walk, helping it out. Machado the RBIs. on Masson is brought to you by American Standard. Find your local independent American Standard heating and air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. Here at Yankee Stadium.
Mine's on the right.
Okay, I'll take the other one. That's fine. I wouldn't eat that if it didn't have the umbrella in it. But got a pink umbrella stuck in the top. What are you going to do? Orioles put the shift on. Here's Judge. Flying out to right field his first time up. Tillman's delivery to him is in there for a strike. Judge 2 for 6 with a home run of Chris Tillman in his career. Tillman has walked one, struck out one. And Judge on a pitch down and away. Santander and Wrights moved right into the power alley. Now they're going to move him a little bit towards the line, probably because of that breeze blowing. That's where Judge hit his home run. 1-1 delivery on the way. Backs him off a little bit. 2-1.
I like that. I mean, Orioles really have gotten away from being more aggressive pitching inside. And this season, I think that's part of the big turnaround. There may have been a big meeting in Houston. Let's get the pitchers to be more aggressive on the inner corner.
That went off the end of the bat. Trey Mancini will have to come in with the wind moving it in. Judge retired.
Nice play out there by Mancini. We talked about the wind kind of swirling. That one pushed it right back in. But to go back to that, you know, I think the pitchers kind of take things to heart, obviously. And I know Roger McDowell and Alan Mills are just constantly getting in there, trying to find ways to make these guys better, more consistent. And one way is to, you know, say, this is my plate. I mean, you're the hitter. I got to move you off it so I can establish this plate and open up the outside corner. We've seen it more consistently.
We've talked about how that's gone away in the game for the most part, of backing hitters off pitchers.
Yeah, and it's not to hit guys.
Yeah.
You know, you can move their feet. And if you're a team that is aggressive in there, trust me, the hitters know that, and they are not going to stay in there and take one for the team. They're going to start moving their feet a little bit earlier. So the Orioles here in the early going, nice to see them more aggressive in there. And you really have to be fearless and understand that, okay, if I do hit you, well, hey, that's my game plan. I can readjust and make my pitches to the next hitter.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Stanton. Drew a walk his first time up. Shift on against him. And he'll go the other way in the air. Santander moving over. They'll have no play on that one. Another souvenir down the line.
So you look at these, so a couple pitches there. Fastball inside, on the inside corner, maybe on the black. That helps set up that slider. Just a fraction of an inch. Just a hair there to get him to pull off that slider a little bit. Almost led to an out on a weak fly ball to right field. So that's how pitching in, then going back away, changing your speeds, keeps hitters just a little bit off balance.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Stanton had not played a lot of games here because he was with Miami, so his chances at Yankee Stadium had been few. 185 batting average at Yankee Stadium coming into the game. 5 for 27. He's had a couple of home runs here. It's only the 7th game he's ever played here in this ballpark, so this is truly a new home for him, coming over from the National League to the American League.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Stanton's always been a superstar in the game, but the media markets are a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, when you come to New York, you better be ready. I mean, sometimes it can be a burden.
3-2 delivery outside. So he's drawn a couple of walks, the 2 that have been surrendered by Tillman. Get game alerts on a higher level. Sign up for new and improved Orioles alerts on Facebook Messenger. Receive in-game highlights, exclusive signed gear giveaways, a new all-access segment, and so much more. You can sign up at Facebook.com/MassonOrioles and send us a message today. Join us now on Facebook Messenger. Runner on with 1 away. Didi Gregorius. Strikeout victim, his first time up. He'll slap that one to Davis. Nice backhand. There's one. Got to hurry. Does. Tillman there. And got him. Nice turn of the double play as Chris Davis able to make a nice pick to start it, and Tillman helps his own cause by getting off the mound and getting over there to cover. And of course, Manny with that arm rifles it to him to get the out. Orioles baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick here at Yankee Stadium. The Orioles trying to make it 3 in a row. This 4-game set will conclude with a day game tomorrow as Mike Wright will go against Jordan Montgomery, neither with a decision yet this year. 12:30 O's extra, 1 o'clock for the game on Masson. We hope you'll join us for a Sunday afternoon affair. Maybe it'll warm up a little bit. I don't know.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Adam Jones grounded out his first time up. Jones, Davis, and Beckham due up against Sonny Gray. 1 walk, 1 strikeout so far for Gray. Game tied at 2. Check swing in the dirt. Didn't go. Ben May, the call at first. Adam did that last night. He always, on a check swing, even before the catcher does it, he points down to the umpire at first. Last night he did it, and they called it a strike. 1-1 delivery, and that's up high.
Yeah, I think that last one, Romine was having a little discussion with the home plate umpire, and Adam said, well, let's go ahead and check. So pointed down to first base.
2-1. Outfield deep on Adam. And the pitch will turn him a little bit. And inside. Adam now 5 for 15 with a home run lifetime against Sonny Gray. Gray here in this ballpark, 2 wins, 3 losses in his career. And a 5.3 ER in this yard. And he just reared back a little bit, got it up, and the count's 3-2.
Yeah, rushing one up to the top of the zone. Pretty good fastball with some good 2-seam movement up there. And that is really a key if you're going to have success. The ability to move the ball around, in, out. I think a lot of times pitchers forget about the up, down, top of the zone. There are a lot of outs up there.
Full count will be fouled back. Look for fastball and got it. So he'll keep his at-bat alive. Gray is 48 and 43 in his major league career. Starting pitcher throughout, coming up through the A's organization. First round pick, 18th overall, 2011. Full count delivery again. Jones will go down swinging as he dropped that one down.
Confidence in that breaking ball. 3-2. Hook dropping it to the bottom of the zone after a couple of fastballs up to the top. A nice tight finish there, and Adam Jones just swinging through.
Gray last season, 162 innings, 139 hits, always a good sign. Fewer hits than innings pitched, and struck out almost a batter per inning. 153 Ks, 162 innings. Chris Davis, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Big shift put on him again. Torreyes way out in right field. 1-0 count. Going for the knees on it, doesn't get it, and he'll fall behind on Chris.
A little audible here. 2-0 count. Move things around a little bit.
.2-0 delivery. Get that one on the outside corner. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Davis.
Well, it's nice to see Davis get that home run last night. The Orioles can get him going a little bit more consistently.
That'll go down to first base on the big hop. Austin there to play it for the out. Davis retired. Couple of ground ball outs for him. May the force be with you when the Orioles host Star Wars at Oriole Park on Friday, May 11th. Tampa Bay Rays the opponent. Reserve your ticket, including an O'Day Juan Kenobi bobblehead. It'll come your way that day. Plus, after the game, enjoy the season's first post-game fireworks display featuring Star Wars themed music. Tickets at Orioles.com/Star Wars, May 11th.
Well, I think if there ever was a Star Wars type character, maybe Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it is Darren O'Day. He is a uses his mind. He's got that force, you know. He's one of the smarter pitchers in the game. So he uses that force in a positive way, not for the dark side.
Very good.
I'm a Star Wars guy.
Good job. Kind of blended that right together. That was a good synopsis. 1-0 count with 2 down. That's going to go to right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Making the turn, Beckham. He will stay at first base, and Tim Beckham.
Yeah, nice swing there by Tim Beckham in big numbers off Sonny Gray. 6 for 13 with a couple home runs in his career, and a little two-seamer leaks back over the plate, and he stays on it. Nice swing, heading towards right center field. That any hitter that gets in trouble, you better readjust your sights, because most times you get in trouble because you're pulling off the baseball. Start gearing the other way, right center field. That'll get you back in there. Keep that front shoulder and hip tight. And Beckham does that on a clean base hit.
So Pedro Alvarez comes up. Shift remains on against him. Drew a walk and scored first time up. He'll take the pitch down low for a ball. It's interesting. Alvarez, Davis, and Machado started Friday night without a home run or an RBI in the first 7 games for any of them. Then they each homered and drove in all of the runs in the ball game last night, all 7. Picked up by Machado, Davis, and Alvarez, and all of them getting home runs.
Yeah, good stuff.
So they broke out all at once.
Well, no secret that the Orioles rely on that long ball. And of course, every year, same goal. Get more guys on base, up that on base percentage, and then do the damage with the home runs. But a few solos until that big grand slam by Alvarez in yesterday's ball game.
1-1 delivery on the way to him. Check swing. Stayed back. And the count goes to 2-1 on Pedro. Runner at first. Ball game tied 2-2. 4th inning. Hitters have had the bats on the move here right from the get-go. Going after both Sonny Gray and Tillman early in the count. 2-1 delivery on the way to him. Alvarez will swing through that one. 2-2.
Boy, that's a nasty breaking ball there. This is the Sonny Gray hook that really got him on the map, made him the #1 pick. Tight finish, down and in, burying it on that back foot to the lefty. Alvarez, I'm on that pitch, and then it just, you talk about the spin rate, comes into play on those tight breaking balls.
2-2. Beckham at first. Rips that one. That's going to be a base hit. Is Beckham going to have enough leg here? Judge going over to get it. On his way to third. Bobby Dickerson's going to wave him home. They got to make the relay throw from first base. Here it is. Not in time. And again, the Orioles remain aggressive on the base paths, and as a result, pick up a run and a lead at 3-2 on the double for Alvarez.
A beautiful swing by Pedro, and you said it, staying aggressive. Another aggressive send by Dickerson really set the tone to this series. The send to the plate by Mancini, but here you see the ball looking down the right field line. A little bit of a hesitation by Judge, and that's what gets Bobby Dickerson going. No breaking of the stride by Beckham. Great base running there. Throw offline, a little panic, putting some pressure on the defense, and the throw gets offline. Yeah, Orioles taking the lead. Another 2-out RBI.
So a couple of big nights here for Pedro Alvarez with a winner last night, and now a go-ahead here. And the Orioles on their 4th hit take a 3-2 lead. And there again's a situation where the shift kind of crossed up the relay throw, right?
Absolutely.
Because that's not who's supposed to take the relay throw. It was Austin, the first baseman. It should have been Torres. But Torres was playing out on the shift and never got back to where he could take the relay. And Austin will make the play on the bag. The Orioles get a run on a couple of hits. No errors, leave one on, and Orioles on top 3-2. To it again. We were talking about that relay throw. Watch this.
Yeah, beautiful swing, but pay attention to the alignment, the cutoff alignment here. When Judge comes up, he's like, where the heck am I throwing this ball? Because there's 3 infielders out there and nobody's lined up to a base. Those are the type of situations where the shift gets exposed. There has to be constant communication, and this has to be reviewed. I mean, there are so many shifts now that when you go about your cutoff and relay drills, you better spend a huge amount of time on where guys go situationally, where to line up, make sure the bases are covered. Yankees get exposed a little bit right there, and it leads to that go-ahead run.
And those are the kind of things Buck Showalter emphasizes in spring training, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's all part of the checklist. Yep. Make sure we go over this play with the shift. Make sure we go over this play with the shift on.
So Tillman now with a 1-run lead. I mean, some people kind of scoffed after the game when Orioles were saying we practiced that rundown at third base where the runner from second goes to the bag. The runner is in the rundown, goes past him. We practiced that on who to tag first. And people were going, no. No one practices that because it never happens. Well, they did practice it, and Caleb Joseph knew exactly what to do. Instead of going to third base with the runner who had come from second, he waited, went for the guy who got caught in the rundown, tagged him out, and then the runner in the rundown had gone by the base runner, and should have had 2 outs.
Yeah, incredibly heady play by Caleb Joseph. And I mean, the recall obviously in those type of situations, and that's what major league players do, the good ones. They can recall what you've gone over, practiced. It's right there. Boom. Here's the play right in front of them, going through the Rolodex, and Caleb got it, picked it up that quickly because it had been worked on in spring training. Listen, Bucks has skull sessions about just about every play. Really, they sit in a video room, they go over the drills, the alignments, and then they take it to the field and practice it. Okay, you see it, and then you get to do it actually hands-on. So, you know, it's a great way of learning, great way of instructing, and you hope your guys buy in. Caleb was prepared for that situation.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Tyler Austin. Austin will go after one upstairs, and Tillman at 90 gets a strikeout.
Tillman, 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but the fact that he's been working the bottom of the zone, changing speeds down there with the breaking ball helps that heater play up. I mean, my goodness, looks like a beach ball coming in, so the swing gets a little bit longer, and you saw the bat head drop for strike 3.
That'll bring up Andujar. Miguel Andujar getting the start at third base. Base hit, first time up. This will be taken away. Andujar, the Yankees minor league player of the year last year, had not had a hit in 12 at bats coming into this ball game. Now has one. 1-0 count. Tillman will come inside to him. 2-0. Orioles with a chance to win 4 in a row here in New York. If they can pick up the victory here today and guarantee themselves a series win in this 4-game set. That one misses, and it's 3-0 on Andujar. Peterson waiting on deck.
Tillman's been very efficient, aggressive in the strike zone. Unfortunately, falling behind right here. I think Andujar probably a little more patient after getting that hit. We had talked in yesterday's ball game. You take advantage of these guys that haven't gotten hits early on. They're just so aggressive. They want to get it out of the way, start the grind of the season, but you need that first hit. He finally got it, so a little more patient up there, this AB.
3-1 from Tillman. Down to third base, Beckham. Andujar is retired, and we've got 2 down here in the 4th inning. Our minor league report brought to you by PNC. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
Yeah, let's take a look at Jordan Kipper, acquired in a trade from the Angels, and man, did he get it done last night. 7 strong innings, only 4 hits on the board, 1 earned run, 8 punch outs. Are you kidding me? No walk, so all in the strike zone. Only 83 pitches to go through those 7 innings. He's a ground baller, man. Sinker slider guy, fills up the strike zone. Not really overpowering, but gets it done by keeping the ball down in the zone. Nice job there by Kipper.
Got Buck Showalter's attention. Buck always checks what went on in the minors the night before. Mentioned Kipper's name this morning. Pitch is in there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Peterson grounded out his first time up. Added to the roster today. Chase Peterson, outfielder, infielder, coming up from Scranton, making his Yankees debut. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Spiking the changeup, I think, right there.
Yeah.
About a 38-footer.
AAA ball last year for Atlanta. 34 games, 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. 1-2 delivery to him, fouled off, had him off balance, soft cut, 1-2. There is Colby Erasmus on the DL today with a hip flexor.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why the slow start. Had pretty solid spring training. But off to a slow start this year, and you know, little aches and pains. Sometimes you make these adjustments that you may not have to. Right now, things not working too well for Rasmus, so probably the hip flexor the issue.
Yacobonis called up to take his place on the roster. Like Showalter saying before the game, one way or another, we're going to get a pitcher here. Well, they already had him here. Question was how they were going to get him on the roster. DL. 1-2. Pitch on the way to Peterson. Got him on a pitch down and away. A solid 1-2-3 inning. The first clean inning for Tillman. Our M&T Bank do-ups. Cisco, Mancini, and Machado. Book. The East Winds page the results with 2 bullpen starts so far and another planned for Sunday in Tampa Bay. They've not been horrible. If anything, it's been 2 short outings by the 3 actual starters that have caused the problems. That from the St. Pete Times as I experiment going with a bullpen day for starts. And now it seems David Price veering towards his mid-30s, fresh off an elbow injury. 5-time All-Star reinventing himself. Two starts, rotation in 18. His reliance on the cutter has been unprecedented, offering up 35.3% of the pitches with a cutter. That from thescore.com as Price tries to get back on the mark after a long, unsuccessful year last year.
Yeah, oh, those lefties, man, they find ways to get it done, and most of them turn to what CC Sabathia has done. You know, you work on your changeup. Price always had a great changeup, and you find a way to get that cutter in under the hands of the righties. You know, and what a great pitch.
That one will be grounded to second base by Chance Cisco. Torreyes makes the play on him. Cisco a strikeout and a ground ball out. Ball game moving along in the 5th inning. 3-4-0 for the Orioles. 2-4-0 for the Yankees. Yankees 2 RBIs by Gardner in the 2nd inning on a base hit. The Orioles getting a couple in the 3rd inning on the double by Manny Machado. RBI double by Alvarez in the 4th. Here's Trey Mancini. Base hit, run scored, and he has grounded out back in that leadoff spot for the Orioles, where he's had limited chances and great success. 5th career start as a leadoff hitter. And that one is stopped from the knees. Torreyes makes the play.
Man, you know, a great play obviously by Torreyes, and it'd been nice to actually watch the second baseman, how they've positioned themselves against Mancini in the first 3 games here. They're moving all over the place. Mancini's moving them all over the place. They've had to move up the middle the first game because base hits up the middle. Torreyes, he makes an adjustment, slides over into that second base slot because Mancini went that way in his first at bat. So the adjustment pays off defensively, but man, oh man, has Mancini hit into some tough luck this year or what?
Manny stands in with 2 down, nobody on. Gray's delivery down low. Coming off his 11th career 4-hit ball game. Manny delivered a double in the 3rd inning to drive in 2, 1 for 2 in the ball game. 1-0 pitch will be in the outside corner for a strike. Seen Manny do that a couple of times in at bats. Just put the bat on his shoulder in a pitch where he's not going to swing.
Yeah.
Going to make the pitcher throw a strike. Gray did. 1-1, chopped to 3rd and foul.
Oh, Manny has a real keen understanding, I think, as a hitter of what pitchers are trying to do to him. And we saw that the first night against Tanaka. He had 2 strikes on him, and he just straight up stood there like a statue. Kept the bat on the shoulder, and in comes the split finger, down and out of the zone. And I asked him after the game, he goes, well, I just knew he was going to throw that splitty, so why waste my time even thinking about trying to hit it?
And went up high with that, and we'll get the strikeout. So the Orioles are retired in order. Bottom of the 5th coming here in New York. 3-2 Orioles. It's now open at Foundry Row in Owens Mills, covering all your bases head to toe.
Now take a look at the upcoming schedule here. 4-game set coming to a conclusion tomorrow afternoon at 1, and then back home to Camden Yards. We'll take on the Blue Jays. 3 7 o'clock starts, so hopefully it's a little bit warmer back home. Some chilly afternoons and evenings here in New York.
Coming up at home, man of my own heart right there. It matters not the temperature or the weather. It's never too fill in the blank for ice cream. Chow down here on this 40-degree day. And Tillman will miss inside as he works against Austin Romine. Romine a fielder's choice, run scored. Romine, Torreyes, and then Gardner, top of the order. Toronto playing some pretty good baseball. The next opponent for the Orioles, they're 5-3, game and a half behind Boston. Red Sox have won 6 in a row. They were one of the 12 teams that did not play yesterday because of the weird opening day games. They are playing today, and they are beating Tampa Bay 8-2. Chris Tillman, a couple have gone to the backstop last 2 innings. 2-0 delivery on the way. Up in the air. He had to go up to get that pitch. Right field. Santander moves in and will put it away, and Romine is retired.
Boy, Tillman making it pretty easy right now. Making it look easy, falling behind and then going up above the belt, with the fastball, and getting some outs up there. He's had a couple strikeouts on the high fastball. Weak fly ball right there. I mean, over anxious hitter. Start the inning off, give him a cookie just a little above the home run zone, and easy first out.
Torreyes a double and a run scored. He'll take the pitch for a strike. The Yankees offensively come in averaging 5 runs a ball game, even though they are 11th in batting average at .207. They are 6th, tied for 6th in runs scored, and tied for 2nd in home runs. That one's going to be a base hit up the middle. So Torreyes seeing it, hitting it in the 2 at-bats he's had in this ball game. He's on with 1 down.
Nice swing there on the breaking ball. Take a look. Dropping down to that outside corner and just not trying to do too much. Just take the bat head to the baseball. Clean single back through the box.
We'll bring Gardner, the leadoff batter, to the plate. He's had 2 hits in this game. 3 hits, 10 at bats in the series. A double, single. Drove in 2 with that base hit in the 2nd inning, then got caught in a rundown between 1st and 2nd and became the final out of the inning. Yeah, Yankees with 5 hits.
That play there didn't really make sense to me. You had Brent Gardner, leadoff hitter, and it appeared to me that both runs were going to score, and even the play at the plate somewhat uncontested, and he just basically ran into an out with Judge and Stanton coming up. I mean, those are the type of things as a manager you just kind of scratch your head and say, come on, man. I mean, you're a veteran guy. You got to be have a little bit more court awareness, I guess, in that type of situation.
He was so sure that throw was going to come home that he was going to pick up second base.
Yeah.
And it didn't. Gardner 267, lifetime off Tillman with a home run. Tillman will work away to him. 1 ball and 1 strike with Torreyes on at first base. The Orioles offense coming in averaging 3.3 runs a game. That's 12th. Still trying to get above the 200 mark for team average, hitting 195 coming into the game, 13th in the American League. But they've got the big hits the first 2 games of this series. Good lead over there at first, 1-1. Runner not going. Off speed breaking ball will miss. 2-1.
Let's see, Chris Tillman, 837 career strikeouts, passing Mike Boddicker and Ponson for 10th all-time in O's history. Tillman, a rough year last year, but boy, was he a stud for about 4 or 5 years. Actually slid into the #1 spot. 16 games a couple times. Had opportunities to win 20 a couple seasons.
2-1 delivery on the way. Squared the bunt for a base hit. Pulled the bat back. 3-1. Hey, you look at Chris's career record. I mean, he's 73 and 56. That's a pretty good number.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's why the Orioles have held out hope here. Maybe last year can be an aberration with that 1-7 record and 7.84 ERA. 3-1 on Gardner. Judge waiting on deck. Torreyes not going at first, and he walked it. So danger here in the 5th inning. 2 on, 1 down. Sign up the Junior Orioles in your family for the 2018 Dugout Club. Memberships only $25. Include your choice of 2 6-game ticket packages, a backpack cap, and more. All guests can get a seat for as low as $6 per person. You can join today at Orioles.com/Dugout Club. Crowd always comes to the edge of their seat here when Judge comes to the plate. 3 walks surrendered by Tillman. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Outside, runner's going to go. Got a chance. No. A wild pitch, and they both advance.
We were talking last night about some of the breaking balls, especially. Seems like teams are just going more to the breaking ball, and if you can anticipate as a base runner, and that's exactly what Torres did out there. And of course, Gardner had his head up watching the runner in front of him, but ball in the dirt, and he did not even hesitate to make that move. Look at that nice secondary lead, sees the ball down, and off he goes. That's an aggressive offensive play right there for the Yankees.
Tillman had 11 wild pitches last year, so now 2 in scoring position with only 1 out for Judge. 1-0 delivery to him. Keeps it down on the outside corner for a strike. And the count goes 1-1. Orioles up by 1, but the Yankees threatening here. Takes away that potential ground ball double play. Both team with a hit in these situations. Judge 2 fly ball outs today. Tillman, the 1-1 delivery. Big cut and fouled right straight back. So he'll get ahead of him here. Ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, I like it. Getting ahead with some breaking balls. Sliders working down and away. That one a dangerous pitch. Catching too much of the white, but still just enough movement. Keep it off that bat head. And now, you know, we've seen the fastball come into play. Is he willing to take that chance with Judge and try to run one to the top of the zone?
Judge hitting .353 against the Orioles. 12 home runs. 1-2 delivery to him. Bouncer down low. Evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So key moment in this ball game. The big bats in the middle of the order. Stanton waiting on deck. Then Gregorius. Torres got the single with 1 down. Gardner the walk. Wild pitch moved him up. Tillman 2-2 delivery. Came in off the fist. Fouled it off.
All breaking balls here. Sliders and the big curve. Judge kind of waiting on that one to break back over the plate, but kind of backs up and stays inside. So a little prevent right there, fouling it off, keeping the at bat going. But you see everything down in the zone. So Judge is telling himself, all right, see the ball up, get it up, something to hit. He's working down with the breaking ball, and he can get exposed with the high heat.
Runners off, second and third. 2-2 delivery again, and a full count. So 3-2 with 1 down. 7th pitch of the at bat will be coming. Judge in this homestand, 5 for 16, couple of home runs. Yankees are 2-2 in the 4 they've played so far in this homestand. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Tillman's delivery to him. Ground ball's going to go to third. Short. Manny long throw and got him. What a play by Manny Machado into shallow left field. Judge will be credited with the RBI as Torres will score, but the Orioles get it out.
Oh, what a beauty there by Manny Machado. Unbelievable defensive play there. Skips over the glove of Beckham. Got to keep moving until the ball's contained. And Manny in a spot. We saw him make this play so many years at third base. On the run, full speed going to the backhand side. And then somehow finds the ability to make a perfect throw with a little hair on it there. Deep in the hole at short.
Judge gets his 6th RBI. Game is tied at 3. Runner at third. 2 down. And the pitch inside for a ball.
Now take a look at the ground ball now. Beckham thinks he's on it, but the last hop kicks up and over the glove. So it adds a little bit of toughness there. The degree factor for Machado, and makes it look easy.
Amazing, man. He could even see that. 1-0 delivery, and that's where the Orioles have tried to get Stanton to chase that down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gardner has moved over to third base. So at least at this moment, that wild pitch that moved the runners up has mattered. Again, down in the strike zone, 1 and 2.
And get some good finish on the breaking ball. I love the fact that he hasn't made mistakes up in the zone with the hook. Everything is down low. There have been some pitches left on the white, but everything around knee height.
Taking a look over at the runner, the 1-2 delivery in the air, left center field. Trey Mancini moving over, and he's got it, and that'll do it. So there will be a run in on just one hit, one left on. Ball game tied at 3. For baseball, presented by T-Mobile, the best network for streaming baseball, because your stadium should be where you make it. Another real good ball game, and here we are at 3-3 again. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? As Judge picks up the RBI to tie it up, we go to the 6th inning. Sonny Gray walked 3 strikeouts so far. He's given up the 3 runs on 4 hits. Orioles have left a couple on base. Yankees have left 3. Jonathan Scope leads it off, and Gray gets it in there for a strike. Jonathan has flied out, popped out, 1 hit, 12 at bats in this series against the Yankees. 0-1 delivery. So if there's an anxious hitter in the Orioles, Jonathan's probably it right now.
Yeah, and coming into this series, one of the hotter hitters. Well, the Orioles had back-to-back 3-hit games, but has since cooled off. It's unbelievable how this game goes up and down, and most generally it's just some mental issues, just some confidence.
Little chopper. Gray barehanded in the dirt. Scopes on. Ball will just trickle away, backed up by Torreyes. That should be a base hit, I would think. And they're calling it an error.
Wow. Well, Sonny Gray's made a couple good defensive plays, but this one, Orioles hoping it costs him. See him bounce off the mound, get the bare hand, but rushes a little bit. So many times you see pitchers get in trouble when they don't reset their feet and create some sort of momentum back to the target. There he had a little hop, but the feet were close together. Never really got the natural throwing motion underway, and that leads to the error, and Jonathan Scope on first base.
Yep. Orioles get the leadoff man on here in the 6th inning, and that will bring up Adam Jones. Yankees had a couple of errors in the ball game last night. Pitch rides in, almost got out of the glove. Romine was moving away for a pitch outside, and it came right back in.
Yeah, he was surprised he had it in there. He thought it might have kicked away. Take a look, setting up down and away for the heater, and it's a zoom ball. Quick look in the glove. Is it still in there?
He ducked. Pitch on the way. Adam will foul that one back off the fist. Buck Showalter spent a good deal of time wondering and talking to Adam about whether or not he wanted to DH today or play in center after the long game last night. Ultimately decided Adam would be back in center field and keep Alvarez in the DH role for this game. 1 ball, 1 strike count with Scope on at first. Gray's pitch will be on the outside corner. Adam falls behind here. Ball and 2 strikes.
Man, I don't know about that pitch right there. And Adam Jones kind of standing there thinking, what kind of a call was that? You see the pitch cast. That's a slider working outside, and that's a good 6-8 inches. That's over in the other batter's box. And I know Adam may have had a couple words with Jerry last night, but man, oh man.
And then moves back in on that pitch that dives in on the right-handers. Ends up being low. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Adam with 10 long balls here in this yard in his career. 10 of the 24 home runs that he has hit against the Yankees. 2-2. Jonathan Schoop. Not a big lead at first, being held by Austin. Scoop made to keep that ball from going away.
Man, I don't know why that throw was made.
Two-two delivery. Did he go? Home plate umpire said yes. So Jerry Meals made the call, and Jones is retired.
Hard slider. You really have to protect that two-seamer. He's been bringing it back on the outside corner, but Adam can't hold up on that slider.
So 1 away. Runner remains at first base. Chris Davis. The ground ball outs, first base side, shift on at double play depth. Torres stays in just on the grass at second base. Davis will take the pitch up high for a ball.
Defensive alignment, we talk about the shift, and here in this situation, not only do they have to prepare for the cutoffs and relays, but double play. So Gregorius is going to be the pivot man in the middle for the third baseman, first baseman, and second baseman.
Strike at the knees. Gray's got 4 strikeouts. He surrendered only 1 walk in the game. Gray 48 wins, 43 losses in his career. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Schoop not extending that lead at first. Davis goes after it and misses. 1-2.
Boy, tough pitch. You just really have to fight to see the spin on that hard slider, because he's got tremendous finish and he's starting it down low, so it's going to finish lower. But I think hitter's kind of playing up his fastball right now and maybe just over boogieing a little bit on that slider.
1-2 deliveries foul back. With the home run hit by Chris last night, he's got 31 home runs against the Yankees now. Second most against any opponent he's played against. He's had 38 against Toronto. That's the most against a single ball club. 1-2. Jonathan Schoop reaching on the air, waiting at first base to be moved around. 1-2 delivery. Davis checks. Ball bounces away. No throw down. And we'll even the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good play there by Romine. Bouncing on that one, keeping Schoop in check.
Gray ready on a 2-2. And he'll lean Davis back. So Davis able to work the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Check over at third base to Bobby Dickerson by the base runner, Jonathan Schoop. See whether or not Buck wants him running here. Davis, of course, strikes out so much, the risk of a strike him out, throw him out. Double play. 3-2, runner not going, and walked him. Gray thought he had that one in there. Takes a couple of steps towards the home plate umpire. And the Orioles get a couple on with only 1 away. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Light the Night. It's the walk that the Orioles contribute to. Orioles have 32 walks, a total $1,600. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Let's see what the Orioles can do with this one. First and second, 1 out. Jim Beckham coming up. 2 walks now off Gray.
Well, I know one thing they could do after Beckham whistled a fastball in the right center is anticipate a breaking ball in the dirt.
Heater's in there for a strike. Beckham picking up the base hit. 1 for 2 in the ball game. This has been a tough club over the years for Tim Beckham. Just a 156 lifetime average against the Yankees and only 138 here at Yankee Stadium. But good numbers off Sonny Gray. The 0-1 delivery. That'll be fouled back, and Gray will get ahead of him. 2 strikes. Sessa, who was just added to the roster today with a bullpen that was depleted in light of the extra inning ball game, throwing for the Yankees. Luis Sessa, the right-hander, up from AAA. 0-2, 1 down. Pitch count approaching the 80 mark for Sonny Gray. Through 89 in his first outing. Beckham, the 0-2. Cut back on the swing, just trying to punch that ball in play.
Yeah, a couple mistake breaking balls there from Sonny Gray. He's been finishing them off really good down low, down in the dirt, but back-to-back hangers there that stayed on the plate. Beckham just missing that one.
Afternoon seems to be getting even cooler as we move around with some sun, not a lot of clouds, but a chilly day. 0-2 delivery on the way, and Beckham a half a swing. Gray will make sure he plants and makes the throw, so he gets the out. The runners will move up. Beckham is retired.
And that's a good slider he'd been trying to throw down below the knees. Check swing comebacker, and you said it. He just took that little step towards first base. Accurate throw in the second out.
So Alvarez a chance to do it again. Runners at second and third with 2 down. Pedro Alvarez already with an RBI in the ball game on a double. Base hit here could score a couple. The shift is put on against him. The outfield shades the other way towards left. Gray's delivery is the check swing he held up on.
That recognition, the ability to pick up the slider spin. All right, it looked like it was going to be a cookie, and you always want to hit off the fastball. Alvarez ready for it, but you saw that the ability to just hesitate, stop the swing, recognizing the spin soon enough, and it drops down out of the zone. Nice take by Bull.
Walk and a run scored, double and an RBI for him. 1-0 delivery down to first, just foul. And a 1-1 count. Pedro Alvarez. Alvarez, one of the last to make the roster in the final decisions made towards the end of spring training. Getting that big bat available to DH and come off the bench.
Yeah, late sign. And look at him now. Back in the show, winning ball games for the O's.
1 ball, 1 strike. Second and third occupied. Pitch away. Orioles will have some decisions to be made personnel wise. Trumbo's playing regularly now, both in the field and at the plate. Showalter saying when he's ready he'll be back. He'll tell us when. Same thing with Alex Cobb. Looks like the 14th for Cobb. There'll be a couple of moves going to have to be made. 2-1 delivery on the way, and kept that down. Big cut 2-2.
Boy, and the curve. We've seen the slider and the curveball on occasion. But watch the 12 or 6er, the big drop on the end. That's how you finish it off. I mean, it just drops down and out of the zone, but it shows itself in the zone for so long. And that's the key success on those secondary pitches, the late movement on the plate.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Alvarez takes it, gets away, runner stays. 3 or 4 feet away from Romine, first base side. Good block made.
We've seen some pretty good blocks here in this series. The spike slider down there. Romine, the veteran catcher, gets the chest over the baseball, hoods it to keep it contained and on the dirt. And the quick reactions out of the catcher spot. And keep Scope over there at third.
Gray had 4 wild pitches last year with that breaking ball that sometimes will be in the dirt. 3 ball, 2 strike count, 2 away. Alvarez waiting on it. Swing and a drive left field. That one headed to the corner. Catchable and hauled in. Peterson just called up, getting the start in left field, and makes a big play on a hard hit ball by Alvarez.
Four-game set, and it's Gardner getting the Yankees on the board first, just out of the reach of the diving Chris Davis. See Torrea scoring on there, but Manny Machado staying red hot, whistling a double down the left field line to score Alvarez and Mancini. And Pedro, the hero in last night's ball game, coming up big again for the O's, driving a double down the right field line. Aaron Judge out right field, doesn't know who to throw to. Bobby Dickerson, third base coach, sending Beckham, who's flying around the bags. Orioles and Yankees knotted up 3-3. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Didi Gregorius will take the first pitch away for a ball. Gregorius struck out, hit into a double play. Warren up in the bullpen. Second time Yankees have had bullpen warm-up action going today. Tillman misses with that one down low. And a 2-0 count. Tillman, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts in the ball game. Orioles 3-4-0. The Yankees 3-5-1. Tillman comes inside and will miss with that one. So Gregorius, Austin, and Andujar due up. Bottom half of the 6th inning, Orioles change their defensive alignment, putting Beckham on the second base side and bringing Manny Machado to cover the whole left side of the infield.
Gregorius saying, step off, Chris. They're making a defensive change out there.
3-0 delivery on the way to him, and he walked him on 4 straight. So a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. Well, the Birds are going to host the Cleveland Indians Friday, April 20 through Monday, April 23. Sunday, April 22nd, celebrate Earth Day at Oriole Park. Team takes the field in special Earth Day jerseys and caps. And the first 20,000 fans 15 and over receive an Earth Day tote bag presented by MLB Network. Tickets at Orioles.com. Oh, the ever dangerous leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. Austin to the plate is grounded out and struck out. Take the pitch outside for a ball. 5 in a row out of the strike zone.
Well, Chris Tillman's been doing a nice job keeping the ball down in the zone. You mentioned that Tyler Austin had a ground ball to third base. Good opportunity here. Get another one on the ground. Double play ball helped Tillman out.
Throw over. Gregorius gets real good leads over there first base even when not running. Chris Tillman, first start against Houston. didn't strike anybody out, gave up 4 walks. He has 3 strikeouts here and 4 walks in this game. And up high again. 2-0, 6 in a row out of the strike zone.
Al Tillman quickly snapped his head around to take a look at Gregorius at first base and wondering, hey, focus on that strike zone. Been so consistent. That'll prompt a visit from Roger McDowell. Get him back in the zone. Stick with the game plan. Tillman having a solid start today. I'd like to see him get through this 6th inning.
2-0 the count. Try and break him out of this rhythm. The Orioles will get their first warm-up action going. Blyer did a great job for the Orioles. The Orioles bullpen last night was absolutely phenomenal. And the job they did with Kevin Gausman coming out of the ball game, they had to fill a lot after the 5th inning, and look what they did. There are the individuals. Totals: 1 run, 2 hits in 9 innings, 7 strikeouts and a walk. Blyer, Castro, Givens, Arahua, who got the win, and Brock, who came on to finish it out. I mean, what a great job by those 5 out of the bullpen last night.
Oh, it was so impressive, and there were some big-time moments with those relievers out there.
That one hit hard towards left field, over near the line. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Here's the throw coming into third. Gregorius gets in on the single by Austin.
Well, fortunately, the Orioles and Trey Mancini. Austin held his ground at first base. Gregorius talked about that lead he had at first base. He's always looking to take advantage, get an extra base, go an extra 90 feet. Well, here's the opportunity. Ball's in front of him. He recognizes the depth of Mancini, hustles on into third base, and actually draws the throw there. Now, if Austin was aware, would have hustled on into second base, but the double play in order here in this situation, which is beneficial to the O's.
Nobody out, covers the corners. The Yankees do. First hit for Austin in the series. He's 1 for 9. Here's Andujar, got his first hit of the year, his first time up. 1 for 2 in the game. That one driven deep to right field. It'll get a run in. Santander's got it. Runner will tag, fake to second base, go back to first. Scoring is Gregorius. Andujar with a sacrifice fly and a 4-3 Yankee lead.
Andujar just looking for a pitch up in the zone, something that he can drive deep to the outfield. Didn't waste any time. He got that one pitch and got it done.
So the Yankees go on top by 1. And a runner remains at first base. Andujar picking up the RBI, his first. Here's Peterson, who made the fine play in left field. Jace Peterson. He has grounded out, struck out. Beckham even with the bag at third. He'll foul that one back and out of play. Tillman, 93 pitches thrown in the ball game. That's as many as Chris has thrown in a start for quite a while. Against Houston, 4 innings, threw 84 pitches.
Yeah, he had some walks in that ball game. Just didn't have the command. Pitching much better today, and I firmly believe that momentum is built by how well the guys are doing in front of you. And I think the Orioles have started to pitch better from the starting role. Cashner, a fine start. Gausman threw well. Tillman, he's backing it right up. Another fine start today. So the confidence starting to build in the rotation. Obviously carrying over to the bullpen after that job they did in last night's ball game.
0-2 delivery will be outside. A run in. Yankees getting one in the 5th to tie it, one here in the 6th. Yankees had a 2-0 lead early in the 2nd inning. Orioles tied it up in the 3rd. Orioles went ahead with a run in the 4th inning. Down to first base and foul. And a 1-ball 2-strike count on Peterson. These first 3 games have been tough ball games. Well played, closely played. 1-2, runner at first, not going, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Peterson got one game in at AAA, 1 for 4 in the season opener Friday. The Yankees AAA ball club against Syracuse. And then all of a sudden gets the call last night or early this morning. 2-2 delivery. That one punched into the middle for a base hit. Runner stops at second. Peterson's on, first hit as a Yankee. And there are runners on at first and second.
Take a look at Peterson's hit right there. Not scalded up the middle, but not trying to do too much either. A tough pitch, went down with it. And the slider on the bottom of the zone. Double play ball right here. Candidate.
Runners on at first and second. Leadoff walk. As so often happens, already is scored here in this inning. Now with only 1 away and 2 on, Romine, fielder's choice, and he is flied out. Austin Romine, the Yankee catcher, infield, looking for another ground ball. Here we'll get it, but it's foul.
Take a look at Peterson's base hit. A little comebacker, a little chuck and duck. I see Chris Tillman aware of the dangers and getting down low. He got himself in a pretty good fielding position, but you can understand how fast the balls are coming off the bat nowadays. My goodness, 110, 111 miles an hour.
Just moving away from that one in a hurry. 0-1 the count. Austin off second base. No, what a stop. Backhanded by Cisco. A la first baseman play right there with that catcher's glove, and he's going to be sent out to the mound.
Yeah, what a play by Cisco. Setting up inside, all reaction right there. Just anticipating where that hop's going to be. My goodness, what a play. I mean, we've seen that this whole series. Catchers have been coming up with these type of plays, preventing balls to get to the backstop. Pretty impressive.
Buck didn't like what he saw on that pitch and sent Cisco out to talk to Tillman, just again breaking a rhythm here. 1 ball, 1 strikeout with 1 down. Torreyes waiting on deck. Delivered to Romine. That'll be down low. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Tillman may be running out of gas. Passes that 100 pitch mark. And having a little more trouble finding that strike zone here in the 6th inning. Bullpen is ready if needed. 2-1. Way outside. That one will get away, and the runners will move up. Second wild pitch by Tillman in the ball game. And 2 more in scoring position.
Boy, almost identical pitch before, but this one Cisco can't quite corral. So both runners advancing, second and third. Just holding on to it a little bit too long.
So a big at bat made bigger with the advance of the runners, and a 3 ball, 1 strike count. And Tillman close to the end. 3-1 delivery on the way. Romine couldn't wait long enough on the 82.
Yeah, a little floater in there. It might have been a backup slider. Staying up at the top of the zone. And once again, getting another swing through up there.
Infield moves in with a count at 3-2 on Austin Romine, trying to prevent that run. Tyler Austin from scoring at third base. 3-2 pitch on the way. Check swing, foul back. Didn't mean to.
Yeah, tough situation for manager Buck Showalter and the O's. 1-run ball game. Yanks obviously in the lead, and to pull your infield in with a couple runners in scoring position, you take that chance of the big blow up inning, or put a big crooked number up there that can break the opponent's back.
3-2 delivery on the way. Foul back.
But if you're able to gun that run down, pick up an out in this situation.
Chris has now reached the highest pitch count he had all of last year. 105. He did that twice last season, and that's where he is right now. Infield staying in. Yankees just 1 for 7 in these situations. 3-ball 2-strike count for the 3rd time. Tillman's delivery to him. Popped it up. That could be trouble with a drawn-in infield. Davis makes the can't get it. He had it in the glove, lost it. Throw to third will not be in time. Chris Davis drawn in, so a long run, tried to catch it over the shoulder. He got a glove on it, but it fell out, and the Yankees get another run.
Boy, quite an effort, and both Scope and Davis knew the importance of not letting that ball touch the outfield grass. Davis with a great effort here. Over the shoulder, you see him reach out at the end, hits the glove, and then almost again gets in there. Nice try by Chris. Unfortunately, a run crossing the plate.
That close. And that will do it for Chris Tillman. He leaves with a couple of runs in here in the 6th inning.
Buck Showalter pretty happy. He got a little deeper in there after that extra inning affair. Gregorius went down on a high heater. Another strikeout on a high heater, but the breaking ball is really what kept Tillman in this ball game. Big curve, slider combination. Lasted 5 1/3, 8 hits. Much better start than his last start. And I think that he just ran out of steam. That's what it's all about with Tillman. Threw over 100 pitches this afternoon. Of course, still responsible. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Now there's a pitching change. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. And once you know it, Blyer back in the game. Picked up a hold in last night's ball game. Very good earned run average this season, 1.80. But it's about last night. Threw over 20 pitches, an inning and 2/3. Gave up just the 1 hit and 1 walk.
Torreyes runners at 1st and 3rd with only 1 away. And Torreyes already has picked up a single, a double, and has scored 2 runs in the ball game. Romine credited with a base hit and an RBI. So he and Andujar picked up the RBIs in the game, in the inning. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Yankees. 0-1 delivery. Pitch will be taken inside. Blyer, 26 pitches thrown in the ball game last night. Gave up just the 1 hit, 1 walk. An outstanding job coming out of the bullpen. Torreyes has faced him only once, 0 for 1.
Now Buck's so good at keeping his bullpen arms out of harm's way.
Torreyes runner not coming, and it's foul ball anyway.
So I know he's had a tough decisions to make here in this ball game. Who's going to throw? But I guarantee you, Blyer, he's the type of guy that throws a bunch of pitches one night, and the next night I think if he's a little fatigued, his stuff might be better. He'll get more movement on his sinker instead of overthrowing and the fastball working through the actual sink movement. He'll get the good sink move.
1-2 to third. Runners coming. Going to try for two. There's Scope and the turn to first base, and they get it. A big double play. 2 runs in. They pick it up on a 3-hit inning, and the Yankees extend their lead 5-3. On Masson, brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. So the Yankees go on top by a score of 5-3 as we go to the 7th inning. Sonny Gray in line for a win. Would be his first of the year. And there's the 6th inning line for the starter.
A pretty good start for Sonny Gray. Strong 6 innings, scattering the 4 hits, but the Orioles able to touch him for 3 earned runs. Only 86 pitches thrown. Being a little cautious here in the early going with Sonny Gray, but it's all about the bullpen for the Yankees, kind of getting worn out. And Adam Warren now into the ball game. Pitched a couple nights ago here, and the Orioles were able to get to him. He's another one of these bullpen arms that kind of struggled, giving up some early runs.
The only member, the regular member of the bullpen, not to appear in the ball game last night. Anthony Santander will stands in. Tillman's final line will have the 5 runs earned on 8 hits and 5 1/3 innings. His pitch is taken for a strike. Santander, Cisco, and top of the order Trey Mancini. And the switch hitter will take the pitch away for a ball. So the Orioles going to have to mount a comeback here. They've been scoring their runs from the 7th inning on in these games that they have won. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be down low. So Warren falls behind early on the count. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, always a good sign if you can put some runs up late in the ball game, and I think historically the Orioles have been pretty good. 7th inning on, and this season no different. Putting up some big runs, picking up some big hits. 7th inning on, of course, yesterday added to that total.
2-1 is going to be fouled back. Warren did appear Thursday's loss to the Orioles, a scoreless 8th inning. He gave up just 1 hit, struck out 1. He had worked back-to-back days. That's why he was the only regular member of the bullpen not to work in the ball game last night. Did not want to put him back in. He gets 2 on, 1 off, and then back here today. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Got it in, down to first, fair ball. Tyler Austin plays it to the bag, and 1 away in the 7th inning. MLB at Bat is your #1 Orioles app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. You can customize your Orioles home screen icon, plus features such as the MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. One down in the 7th. Cisco, he has struck out and grounded out. And Warren will get the pitch in for a strike. Series wraps up with a day game here tomorrow. Mike Wright, Jordan Montgomery, 12:30 O's extra, 1 o'clock for the ball game on Masson. And Warren tails one away in a swinging strike.
Yeah, Warren, he's got all 4 pitches. Good fastball, works in the low 90s, occasionally get it up there 94, 95. And a power slider, really a plus pitch, good curveball and change, and throughout his career.
That'll go to the middle. They weren't playing him there, and it's a base hit. So Cisco is on with a single. Orioles will take that one.
Absolutely turn the lineup over. A little seeing eye single. Yankees in the shifted defense, but if you can split 2 defenders perfectly, that's one of them. Cisco picking up a knock.
Warren against the Orioles. This is the 24th game. He's had a couple of starts against the Orioles. He's got a 2-3 record, 0 for 1 in saves. ERA of 5.19. Orioles have hit him fairly well at 285. David Robertson is up in the bullpen. Larry Rothschild, pitching coach, has gone to the mound. With the Orioles getting the potential tying run to the plate in Trey Mancini.
Yeah, the big bats. You think about the Yankee lineup, and you try not to get it to roll over and face the top of the order and the Thunder in the lineup. Well, the Orioles much the same way. The boppers are at the top: Mancini, Machado, Scope, Jones, and no opposing teams. Boy, our eyes roll when the lineup gets turned over. That's why the visit from the pitching coach here.
Mancini's had a base hit and a run scored. He's grounded out twice to second. Last time robbed of a hit by Torres, the second baseman, who made a fine play. He'll take that one down low, blocked by Romine. Orioles RBIs: Manny Machado, 2 of them on a double. Beckham, RBI on his double. Gardner's had 2 RBIs on a 2-bagger. Judge on a ground ball out. Andujar on a sac fly. Romine on a single. Again staying down, but that one's going to be away again. So Mancini gets ahead on the count. Trey has faced Warren only a couple of times, 0 for 2. Short lead at first base. 2-0 delivery on the way. That will be up high enough. Trey didn't think so. 2-1.
Yeah, well, if you can stick it down there, that's where pitchers want to go, especially when they fall behind, and it helps if you a generous call, but pretty good pitch. See it catching that corner of the box on the pitch cast.
Yankees pen 13th in ERA in the league. Little extra on the 92, and a 2-ball 2-strike count.
Makes a quality fastball pitch for strike 1, and then takes another heater right on the inside corner. So proof right there. If you can locate your heater, you pick up some quick strikes.
Runner off first, 2-2. That one looped down the line. It is a fair ball. Right off the chalk. Going to third is Cisco. He'll be held. Going in with a double. Trey Mancini with a clenching of the fists as he got that one by laying the bat out and putting the barrel on it.
You got to love to see this. You battle when you fall behind 2 strikes. That's a nasty slider right there. And Trey just doing what he can to keep this at bat going. It surprised himself a little bit that the ball stays fair. But man, oh man, beautiful piece of hit.
So the bullpen game now for real, as Warren is going to come out of there. David Robertson will come on to pitch to Manny Machado with 2 on.
games. Pitched Friday night, a scoreless inning, and got his earned run jacked up in Toronto. Gave up a grand slam. Pretty dominant pitcher throughout his career. Natural cut on his fastball. Mixing in a few more breaking balls, but total package, good arm. Back end of the bullpen reliever. I'll tell you what, Mancini with the big hit. A couple guys in scoring position. He comes in with some fire.
Boy, these 3 games have featured some really big at-bats. Robertson against Machado is going to add to that list. Potential tying runs are on. Second and third, only one down. Robertson worked an inning in the 14-inning ball game last night and did not give anything up. Had 1 strikeout. Manny ready. Pitch a strike in the inside corner. Machado a 1 for 7 off Robertson in his career. Manny's already picked up a double, 2 RBIs in this game. Manny now has driven in 4 in this series against the Yankees. Cisco and Mancini the base runners, and the 0-1. 0-2.
Zoom ball right there. Backup slider on the first pitch for a strike. And that one taken off up and away.
Orioles 1 for 5. Runners in scoring position today. Machado be followed by Scope. 0-2 delivery. Manny will take it in the dirt, blocked. Romine keeps it out in front.
Well, Romine's had to make some big blocks in this ball game, and here another one of the situations with runners at second and third. Better be able to slide over in front of these breaking balls. Let your pitcher know that he can trust you.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Machado takes another one that's going to be down low, and Robertson trying to get him to bite on 2 pitches that were not that close. And he evens the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robertson, a workhorse veteran, 32 years old. Used to coming on in tough situations. 2-2. Manny will take it. Strike 3.
Boy, that is a nasty pitch. This is his bread and butter. The natural cut on his fastball, 93 miles an hour. And this ball is starting off the plate inside, and you see that late movement just pick up that inside edge. Some tough pitches there for Machado.
So that will leave it up to Jonathan Scope to try and come through with the big 2-out hit. Jonathan 0 for 6 off David Robertson. Has had an 0 for 3 in the ball game and a 1 for 13 in the series. He'll check his swing, and it's a strike. Robertson trying to hold the Yankees with a 2-run edge here in the top of the 7th inning. Great chance for the Orioles, though, with the base hit by Chance Cisco and the Mancini double. 0-1. Scope on a pitch that was skimming along the plate. 0-2.
That's another good block by Romine. And take a look. Sharp breaking ball. Jonathan catching him on the backswing there in the shoulder. It's all right.
Here's the 2-strike delivery. I think he went. No. Good. Ben May down at first. So his at-bat remains alive here.
No.
Quick wrist, pulled her back.
Yeah, strong right there.
Yacobonis, who just joined the Orioles today on the call-up, is warmed up in the pen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scope. Runners off second and third. Outside. Romine going out to get it, evens the count up 2-2.
Got to block like 4 balls here this inning. The runners out there in scoring position. These are good plays.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and he gets him in a pitch away. So Robertson comes out of the bullpen, gets a couple of big strikeouts. 7th inning stretch time. Orioles leave a couple on. They trail by 2. The big series here against the Yankees. The Orioles may need a little more out of it as the Orioles are down 5-3 and going to the pen again.
Yeah, you expect a couple more hits and a couple more plays from Machado. Jimmy Yacobonis just called up all that bullpen usage in last night's ball game. See his numbers from last year. A couple wins, 4.35 earned run average. His experience last year should help him in these situations. Of course, right around here, New Jersey arm, and I think Buck Showalter kind of uses that kind of stuff for motivation for some of the young players he calls up. Always aware of where guys are from. So Yacobonis coming in to slam the door on the Yankees.
From Elizabethton, New Jersey, resides in Matawan now. So undoubtedly, as some friends and family found out he was coming up here, as the decision made last night. Both these teams had meetings with front office and managers last night after the game about 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out what their rosters were going to look like. Orioles decided they needed a pitcher. The Yankees decided they needed a couple of pitchers and a fielder, the 3 they've added. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Leadoff batter Gardner double, single, and a walk. He's picked up a couple of RBIs in the game. Yakubonis' delivery will be away for a ball. Judge and then Stanton due up in the Yankee half of the 7th inning. Yakubonis' pitch will be tapped off Cisco's mask for a foul ball. Yakubonis up and down with the Orioles last year, so Cisco has caught him a good deal.
Yeah. Ooh, it's an up over the shoulder there, not protected. Good fastball from Yakubonis. Nice movement on that outside corner.
He was in 14 games with the Orioles, 2-0, that mark. Norfolk last year he ended up 4-0, appeared in 41 games, all in relief, had a 1.32 ERA at the AAA level and a 4.35 at the major league level. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. That's in there. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Brett Gardner. Orioles with plenty of time to do more damage here in just a 2-run ball game.
Look at Manny there. He's been doing a lot of the damage this weekend.
1-2 deliveries down low. We talked about the Orioles scoring late. 7th inning on, the Orioles have scored 17 runs, second only to the Toronto Blue Jays in the majors this year in runs scored from the 7th on. Jays have 20. 2-2 pitch by Yakubonis will be fouled away. Gardner hacking on that one.
Yeah, another good heater there with some 2-seam movement. Yakubonis with his delivery, that's the kind of stuff you like to see. Is his arm going to be able to hold up? It's going to be tough, but arms and legs, everything coming at you, so the deception involved to go along with the mid-90s heater.
He has never started a game in his pro career. Everything's been out of the bullpen going back to 2013 when he was at Aberdeen. 13th round pick by the Orioles in 2013. Gardner has worked it to a 7-pitch at bat. 2-2 delivery to him. He'll drive you crazy. Does this all the time. He's long at bats.
And Gardner having a solid game, couple hits already, worked the base on balls.
Career high 21 home runs last year and his best slugging percentage of his career. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's up. So he's worked him for 8 pitches and gets it to a 3-ball 2-strike count. Nobody appreciates that more than Aaron Judge, who's waiting on deck. Full count delivery to Gardner. And lash it down the line towards the seats in foul territory.
Yeah, that one, you talk about prototypical leadoff hitters, and we've already talked about Gardner, maybe one of the last true leadoff hitters in the game as far as the ability to see a lot of pitches. Of course, speed at the top as well. He'll take his base on balls, but when you say Judge appreciating that stuff, absolutely. See as many pitches as possible. It helps everybody, not just the on-deck circle, but everybody in the dugout as well.
And 3-2, and he walked him. So Yakubonis with a leadoff walk.
A borderline pitch. He got him to swing through this pitch earlier in the AB, and boy, right at the top of the box, gone either way. Yakubonis working hard there against Gardner and didn't get rewarded for it.
A 10-pitch walk earned by Gardner. Here's Judge, RBI and a ground ball out. He's 0 for 3. He's had a couple of hits and 11 at bats, including a home run against the Orioles. He'll take a slider for a strike. Yankees up by 2. They've out-hit the Orioles 8-6. 2-run 6th inning, giving him the lead on the sac fly Andujar and the base hit by Romine. Judge will take it away. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Aaron Judge. Couple of home runs, 6 RBIs, .250 average. One ball, 1 strike count. Judge rips that. That's going to be a base hitting to left field corner. Coming to third base, Gardner. Picking it up, Mancini. Throw to the cutoff man. Throw will come from Machado, not in time, and a double. And an RBI for Judge. And Gardner comes all the way around after getting that leadoff walk, and it's 6-3.
Yeah, there's that speed at the top of the lineup. Aaron Judge, impressive piece of hitting right there. Fortunately, did not get it elevated because it came off hot, about 110 miles an hour. Just dropping the head, the big man, good balance up there. That ball is whistled down the left field line, kicks off the wall, but Brett Gardner was flying around the bases. He was leaning when he hit third, really forcing the send and extending the lead there, 6-3.
So Judge gets his 3rd RBI of this series, his 6th of the year, or 2 in this game. 2 RBIs in this ball game, and the pitch taken away by Stanton. So Judge doing damage against the Orioles, extending that lead to 6-3. Stanton has drawn a couple of walks and he is flied out. Judge off second base. Pitch up. A couple of leadoff walks have scored each in the last 2 innings here. In the 6th, Gregorius got a leadoff walk and scored, and Gardner does the same thing here in the 7th inning. Two-0 pitch. In the air, center. Jones drifting over. He'll put it away. Runner will tag. Judge headed to third. Adams' throw will not be in time. So Judge moves up. Stanton out on the fly ball. 1 away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. So that forces the infield in. But Didi Gregorius coming to the plate, a run in. Judge at third, 1 out, intentional pass to Gregorius. Setting up a possible double play with Tyler Austin coming up. Cisco with the signs for the infield. Should Gregorius take off?
You got to be aware of these type of situations. First and third, pretty good speed out there. Gregorius, we've seen him run, and Judge, deceptive speed. Double steal. Anytime you can get a tack on run, that's what the Yankees are looking to do here. Of course, the Orioles, they need that double play ball.
Yacobonis, the lob toss over. Austin, a base hit scored in the 6th inning. Yankees have had the leadoff man on 4 of the 7 innings. Pitch taken for a strike. Gives you a lot better chance to get on the board. And the Yankees have been able to use that here in the last 2 innings to do just that. 0-1 count, 1 down. Yankees now with 9 hits in the ball game. Austin takes the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Didn't like it.
Good slider, stayed on the plate a long time. Hard finish, might have just finished off the outside corner, but look at that cut, that front edge of the box, and that's exactly what pitchers target.
Tyler Austin 0-2. That one will be away. Austin in limited chances has 3 runs batted in with a couple of home runs. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Runners off first and third. Austin had gone 0 for 9 in the series till he got that single in the 6th inning, and he and Gregorius had both scored. 1-2, runner not going.
Bonus thrown right into the fire here, huh? I mean, I love the experience he got last season with the fresh call up right in the Yankee Stadium.
1-2 delivery on the way, and fisted him that time. So Yacobonis in a battle here with Tyler Austin in the 1-ball 2-strike count. Showalter using Blyer for 2/3 of an inning, zeros across. He came on and got a double playground ball to end the inning. Runner goes. Foul back again. D.D. Gregorius off and running with a big jump.
Maybe a little anticipation of a breaking ball right there, but Yacobonis running that fastball up and in. Man, that was like a do or die swing. He didn't swing the bat and foul it off. It might have caught a piece of him. Fastball took off. See the 6th pitch running up and in on him.
Yacobonis in his first career appearance against the Yankees has a 1-ball 2-strike count on Austin. Judge on at 3rd, Gregorius on at 1st. See if Gregorius runs again here. 1-2. He doesn't, and that's fouled off. Tyler Austin hanging tough.
Yeah, some tough pitches. I mean, not picking up Yacobonis until the end, but staying short with a swing and then really battling right now. Yacobonis has thrown a couple tough pitches on that inside corner, so you expect the outside corner to be exposed.
1-2 delivery coming again. Austin down to 3rd. Austin has come through the Yankees organization. He's 26 years old now. 13th round pick 2010 for Austin, and he's been up and down with the big club each of the last 3 seasons. 1-ball 2-strike count. Pitch number 9 of the at bat will come here. He's hit 5 foul balls already. 34,388 the attendance. 34,388 on this Saturday day game. Dressed for football out of necessity. 1-2. Runner goes already. Wow, what a jump. Pitch is taken away. That was close. Yacobonis thought he had it in there. Stolen base will be picked up.
Now you see D.D. Gregorius now, a veteran player, and I'm sure even younger players hear it from a first base coach. If a pitcher starts to fall into a rhythm, and I mean get into a count, maybe a 2-second hold and then release the ball home, you pick that up as a base runner, and that's exactly what Gregorius did. He trusted it and just ran with it.
2 stolen bases in the year. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Mancini, that stolen base may result in a run right here, and it does. Down to second base. They'll get the out there on the cutoff. But 2 RBIs as Austin delivers a single. He drives in 2. That stolen base creating an opportunity for the second run on that at bat.
Yeah, elevated fastball. It was a real good at bat by Austin. A nice play there by Beckham to cut it off. And tagged by Jonathan Scope.
So Austin comes up with a big hit here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 3 runs in the inning now, and an 8-3 lead. Two down, and the bases are empty. Andujar whaled at that one. It's in foul territory and handled by Chris Davis. So 3 runs in, a couple of hits, leadoff walk helped out. Ram due-ups, Jones, Davis, and Beckham. True moment.
Now, how about Manny Machado showing off a little bit here? Degree of difficulty, about as high as you can get. Kicks off Beckham's glove, and then Manny on the run, throwing a strike to Chris Davis. What a play by Machado. We've seen it at third base for a number of years now. Haven't seen the fancy plays at short yet, but they're going to come, and there was a great one there.
Yankees have the 8-3 lead. Sessa on in relief, just called up today. Right-hander coming up from AAA. Cortez is in the bullpen for the Orioles. So Luis Sessa will work here in the 8th inning. And his first pitch down low for a ball. Sessa last year 0-3. Oh, Robertson's still out. I'm sorry. Sessa's ready in the pen. They didn't bring him in. 1-0 count. And that ball will be taken down low. 2 additions to the bullpen to help him out today in Sessa and Herman. 2-0 count. Adam Jones. And a ground ball to short. Gregorius. Jones retired. 1 down here in the 8th. Orioles Yankees wrap up their weekend set tomorrow. It'll be Mike Wright on the mound against Jordan Montgomery. Our coverage on Masson begins at 12:30 with those extra presented by Ford, followed by game coverage at 1. All the access you need right here on Masson. Robertson had a couple of strikeouts in the 7th inning to end the inning, and the Orioles left 2 in scoring position. Chris Davis.
Defense giving him a strike. Honor the bunt and say the heck with it. Full shift on.
Couple of ground ball outs picked up by Chris in the ball game and a walk. 0-2 the count. 1 away. Yankees finding their offense in the 6th and 7th innings. The 5 runs combined in those 2 to extend their lead. They are out hitting the Orioles 10-6 in the ball game. One-two delivery on the way, and Davis swings through it.
Now 3 different looks on the breaking ball on the outside corner. A little slider, then the cutter, and the curve. They just can't get on him.
Robertson with 3 quick strikeouts since coming out of the pen. That'll bring Tim Beckham. Oriole third baseman. Base hit, run scored. Beckham at 167 on the year. The 1 for 3 in this ball game. Robertson with a quick 2 outs here in the 8th. And Beckham on a check swing. Yep. Ben May, the first base umpire, 0-2.
Yeah, Beckham a tough time, and when boy, times are tough at the plate. You're grinding a little bit on each at bat. Seem to always find yourself behind. You know, a nasty first pitch strike. Beck shaking his head on it, and the check swing. Think you don't go, but the call goes against you.
Swung on and missed. Play's got to be made at first base. Romine gets it down there. 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 for Robertson. 1-2-3 for the Orioles. Six outfielder Dwight Evans with the Red Sox became the first player to hit the first pitch of the season for a home run. And in '69, Bill Singer became the first major league reliever to officially record a save. A new stat in '69. That's when they started keeping it, and it has become a vital stat for pitchers in this day and age. All on this date. Orioles trailing it 8-3.
I see Nestor Cortez Jr. His stats on the year. A couple ball games. Run average elevated a little bit. 6 hits given up in his 3 1/3 inning of work. And Cortez looking to settle down this season. Eat up some innings for the Orioles. You know, you're going to see him get some spot starts. He can spin the ball pretty well. Get a little two-seamer to keep him in ball games. Get some ground ball action. Keep his defense busy.
Left-hander, just 23 years old. Chase Peterson called up to play today. He's had an impact game. A couple of good plays in left field. Base hit, 6th inning, 1 for 3. And he will take the pitch 1-1. Yacobonis out of there with a tough 7th inning for the Orioles out of the bullpen. Misses inside with that. 2 ball 1 strike count. And the 2-1 swings through it. 89 on that one. Good location. 2-2.
Yeah, good location. Seen a lot of pitches in this series up and in to both lefties and righties, and there's a hole on most hitters up there, and it typically gets set up pitches away.
81 will miss with that one, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yacobonis an inning, 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 intentional. Full count will remain. We've had a number of at-bats that have gone pretty deep in the counts. So it'll be the 7th on this one. Delivery to Peterson, breaking ball. He double clutches and fouls it back. Cortez Jr., only 23 years old, out of Hialeah, Florida. Orioles liking that arm they saw coming out of this Yankees organization in the Rule 5 draft. That one popped up in the air, everybody racing and everybody sliding, and nobody gets it.
That's in that Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, everybody wanting the out right there. Yeah, I saw that on a fly ball down the right field line with Davis and Scope going after it. And how about that intensity trying to get that first out of the inning? You'd like to see it.
Cortez pitched last season, as we said, in the Yankee organization. It was all over the place in Tampa, Trenton, and Scranton last year. The year before that, he pitched at 4 different levels. So the Yankees liked what they saw. Were moving him around, put him up in the Rule 5, and the Orioles picked him up. Now you got to keep him on the roster, of course. Combined for a 7-4 mark and a 2.06 ERA. Minors last year with the Yankees. That one will be up and in. Another 10-pitch walk. That's the same thing Gardner did to lead off the 7th inning. Yankees got another 10-pitch walk. Lead off the bottom of the 8th.
Well, they know how to work ABs, that's for sure. See a lot of pitches, try to wait out mistakes. They have good game plans when they step in there. See it right there.
Austin Romine with the runner at first. He'll take one in the dirt. Cisco with a nice scoop. Romine, fielder's choice, would score in the 2nd inning. He has singled and flied out, picked up an RBI in the Yankees' 6th inning when they got a couple of runs on 3 hits. His was a single that drove in a run. .1-0 delivery, off speed in there. Red Sox beat Tampa Bay today 10-3. Boston's won 7 in a row. After losing the opener, they are 7-1. That ball he punches off the fist, didn't get around on it, fouls it back. 1-2. Torreyes on deck. Suss has been throwing in the pen, so he's ready to make his way in. 1-2 delivery. Right center, Jones. Santander diving and makes an outstanding catch. Then he's Santander in right field. Coming on hard. Laid out for it and got it.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. Ball working back towards Santander, getting pushed that way. Thought Adam Jones was going to be making the play on it. Santander calls him off and makes a beauty. Nice diving catch. Made a nice play early in the ball game with the wind swirling out there in right field. Santander's defense really improved since last year. Put a lot of time in, and in spring training, a big reason why Buck Showalter says, hey, he can play at the big league level. Defense on the rise.
Runner at first now with 1 away is Torreyes with a double and a single and 2 runs scored, and he is hit into a double play. The bottom part of this order has done well for players who have not been starters for the Yankees due to the injuries getting into the game today. Down to 3rd, only play is going to be at 1st, and not going to get him there. Infield hit. Torreyes with a 3-hit ball game. Down to 2nd, Peterson.
A nice try by Tim Beckham. Maybe playing a little bit deeper. You get this ball in this type of situation, you know, might have been better just to see if that ball might have kicked foul. tough chance right there. You risk of throwing it up the line. You don't want to see the ball rolling around or Yankees running around the bases. And it looked pretty good, but you take a little risk making that type of throw.
So Torres on, and runners on at first and second.
Take a look, kicking down there. You got to realize at this point that he's probably going to be safe. Any type of throw there is a little bit risky. You might want to put the brakes on just to see how the ball's going to move, corral it, and keep double play in order.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. Brett Gardner raised havoc today. He's been on all 4 times. Started with a double, then a single, 2 walks. He has scored a run and he has driven in 2. 0-1 count with 1 down. Gardner watches that one. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Yankees with 11 hits in the ball game. Swung through it. It was up and away. Not real happy with himself.
Gardner, a pretty emotional player, and get a pitch that's filling up the white on the plate. A veteran guy, yeah, you're going to be upset. How do you miss that fastball?
Cortez, the 1-2 delivery on the way to him, and doesn't go after that one. So the Yankees try and add to it. They're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. They've got the 8-3 lead. Orioles taking the first 2 in this set. With the final tomorrow afternoon. Runners off first and second base, and the 2-2 delivery. Gardner slaps that one. Scope. Machado guns it. Not in time. Gardner hustles down. Peterson moves over to third, but there are 2 away.
Well, Gardner with good speed really wins this race on the double play attempt. Jonathan Scope, a nice job cutting that distance down. Quick shovel feed to Machado. And this Gardner's speed kind of falling out of the box that way. He gains an extra step. A step and a half to beat out that double play attempt.
And that gives Judge another chance. Judge with a 6-game hit streak extended it with a double and an RBI in the 7th. He's had 2 RBIs in the game, 1 for 4. Other run driven in on a ground ball out. Now first and third with 2 away. 23-year-old lefty for the Orioles delivers to him inside for a ball. Runners off first and third. There goes Gardner. They will throw through. They're going to get him in a trap. Runner at third breaks. Going to go to the plate for him. Cisco will tag him as he goes out of the baseline in any event. So Peterson retired. Judge loses an at bat. Yankees lead it 8-3.
Pedro Alvarez, the hero in last night's ball game with the grand slam, and he's picking up an RBI here, hooking one down that right field line, hustling on in second base. But how about Beckham on the backside? Oh yeah, he is flying, low flying, scoring all the way from first base. Takes about 10 seconds to get around there. Double for the Bull, stake on the end.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. So we go to the ninth inning. 8-3 Yankees.
Take a look at a new Yankee pitcher just called up after that extra inning affair last night. Luis Cessa, experience in the big leagues the last couple years, up and down, 4.75 earned run average last year with the Yankees. Did pitch 36 innings though, so a nice taste there, but 36 hits, a big arm, big power fastball. That's what he's all about.
Yankees needing 3 to put away a win. And swinging a foul tip into the mitt. Pedro Alvarez, Santander, then Mancini at the top of the order due up. Cessa's delivery is in there for a strike.
97-mile-an-hour fastball, backs it up with an 87-mile-an-hour changeup. Both about the same spot. Pretty good pitch right there.
25-year-old right-hander from Mexico. Swing and a miss, and that was quick.
Back-to-back circle changes. Good location on that outside corner. You got to get geared up and ready to catch up with 97. Pulls the string on a couple changeups and a nice group of pitches there on the outside corner to get Alvarez.
That will bring Santander to the plate. He'll go after the first pitch, pop it up third base side, and out of play. Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. One ball, one strike count on Santander. He's picked up 1 RBI in the young year, 3 hits. In the air, right center field, hit it pretty well. Gardner's over, and he'll make the catch. Two down.
Shaking his head a little bit. Ball got pushed back on him and found himself a little bit out of position when he caught that one. Had to jump for it. A little laugh about it.
Chance Sisco. Went for 3 with a base hit in the ball game. And the pitch away. Sonny Gray will get the win, 1-0. The starter, 3 runs, 4 hits over 6. Tillman will take the loss. He'll be 0-2. 5 runs, 8 hits over 5 1/3 innings. Fouls that one back. Orioles held tight till the 6th and 7th when the Orioles surrendered 2 runs in the 6th and 3 in the 7th inning. 5 off Tillman. Yacobonis gave up 3 coming out of the bullpen. Yankee pen with Warren, Robertson, Cessa done a good job. One and 2. That's the ball game. So Cessa, quick work of it, couple of strikeouts, and the Orioles are retired in order. So the Yankees, after losing the first 2, come back here in the stay game and get an 8-3 win, out hitting the Orioles 11-6. Orioles still with a chance to take 3 out of 4 with the day game to wrap up this series tomorrow. There's your final, 8-3 Yankees.